We'll see. We'll see with Tyrese Halliburton, and we'll kick it around with Doc Murphy. And so just be careful if you go into a waiting room, you see a dude that looks like me. Okay? I could be faking it for a half an hour. Shoulder? Yeah, that's probably a labrum. Let me send you to the MRI. What's that? Your forearm tightness? Oh, man, that'll lead to Tommy John. Let's shut her down for 3 weeks. Doc right now is just, you know what he's doing? Palm and forehead emoji.
Slapping his forehead.
That's what Doc's doing right now. He's like, somebody move him on. Let's move on. So I hope, I hope the Pacers win tonight. We get a game 7. I want more basketball. There is such there is a fake news in sports, I think. It's probably propagated, right? And quite frankly, man, in all honesty, just kind of got to own it. It's probably propagated most by like 40 and over white dudes that the NBA isn't popular anymore. Y'all are crazy, man. And if you're just going to go to TV ratings to tell you what's popular and what's not, then you're vastly mistaken, because I'll tell you what most defines how popular and valuable the NBA is. Okay? And so, like, I think these finals, ET, are right now the second lowest rated in history. I don't care. That's not, to me, an indicator of the interest or the health of the NBA at all. It's booming, dude. The NBA is booming. If you're going by TV ratings that plummet, then you're just not keeping up with the times. It's not how the sport's being followed. It's not how it's being covered worldwide. 2 hour, it's like this, man. In today's day and age, if people have a choice of watching a 2.5 hour production or a 48-second clip, they're going to go for the 48-second clip.
That's the way the world is right now.
They're going to know that Halliburton hit this. They're going to know that Siakam had 43. They're going to know Shea is the MVP, just like you, who invested 2.5 hours. I like the 2.5 hours. I'm long form guy. But bottom line is this. If you think the NBA is on some, downward spiral because, oh gosh, look at the TV ratings. I told you, the NBA is just not popular. No one watches the NBA. The Lakers sold for $10 billion yesterday. That's a B. That, by the way, is the most that any franchise in history has ever sold for. Mic drop. Scream at the clouds about TV ratings and demographics and politics or whatever it is you want to use. $10 billion with a B. More than any other franchise has ever sold for.
Boy, that's a lot of money.
Boy, we went through what a billion is.
Yeah, we went through what one is.
Yeah, 10 of them things. 10 of them, man. I mean, if you $10 billion is, and I'm not going to do the math right, on the fly here, but it's basically like somebody handing you about $1 million an hour for 30 years. Think about that. Every hour they hand you $1 million for 30 years.
And $1 million is a lot of money.
$1 million lasts a while now. They can hand you $50,000 for a couple. Yeah. That's a different world, man. But anyway, I'm sticking up for the NBA a little bit, E. I have ridden the NBA. I've been an NBA fan since I was a little kid, man. The first finals that really register for me, and I've got vague memories of maybe earlier, but really the first one I can really remember kind of watching. Understand, E, when I was a kid, the finals weren't even live broadcast yet. You watched them at 11:30 at night after the late national news went off. Maybe the weekend day, but there were weekday games. They were tape delayed. But I remember the Washington Bullets and the Seattle Supersonics. I think they met in back-to-back years, late 70s. So I'm like 11, 12 years old. And since then, man, I have seen this league go everywhere, bro. It's had all its eras and scandals and styles and stars. And it's no less interesting today than it was in 1982. To me, someone who loves basketball and watching it. But all this other garbage, the style and this and it's that. It's basketball. The goal is to put it in the hoop, bro. If they want to do it shooting 63s, you're the one that's missing the boat, not them. Teams don't go in with plans to use their least effective manner to score or win. Game changes. But the interest doesn't, and the value doesn't, and that's B. $10 billion. The Lakers were sold for yesterday, or pending, but going to go through. It's the owner of the Dodgers, so
it's partial too, right? Are they keeping some of it?
They're keeping a small stake though, but yeah, they do keep some of it. Yeah, $10 billion, and they still got some. That's a good point. Yeah. $10 billion, and they still got some. That's a fair point to add to the equation. So back to whether you watch or not, it'll be talked about tomorrow morning. Game 6 of the NBA Finals is coming up tonight. All right, the baseball story, man, you got to start on the college side. I don't know if y'all saw what happened in that LSU-Arkansas game last night. I mean, there's two things going on right now at the College World Series. One is Coastal Carolina, and these jokers haven't lost ET since March.
Dang.
Coastal Carolina has not lost a college baseball game since March. This is some good story. This is a great team, like with very little weaknesses. I was watching them give kind of the synopsis rundown on Coastal. What a final series it's going to be now between Coastal and LSU. Arkansas was facing LSU last night. They needed to win to force another game, stay alive. They take a 2-run lead in the top of the ninth. They're up 5-3. There's an out in the ninth inning. There's runners on first and second. It's a chopper to short. It's as simple as pie. 6-4-3. Flip the ball to the second baseman, turn the double play, live to see another day. Your College World Series hopes still alive. And the shortstop fields it, immediately pivots, and throws to third and gets the force. What Little League game am I watching? Still 5-3, though. We're all right. Still 5-3, 2 outs. The pitch. It's a liner to left. Oh, we got it. Game over. Left fielder comes in. I mean, he's going to have to learn. This is a 95 at times out of 100, 97. You got to catch this ball every single time you ever play, unless something even freakier than what happened yesterday happened. Left fielder coming in, as he gets to the ball, his feet, he's leaning forward. He's lurched kind of forward, and his feet slip a little bit. For me, it's not an excuse to completely whiff on a ball. The ball clanks off his shoulder, bounces into the left field corner. 2 runs come in. It's now 5-5. Not over for the Bad News Hogs. The Bad News Backs. The Razorbacks. It's not over. No, not over yet. Still alive. 2 outs. Runner, I think, on second, maybe second and third. One of LSU's best hitters is up. In fact, he had homered earlier in the game. Pitch. It's a liner. It's a liner. It's a 70-30 ball. If you don't just clutch up and choke and jump too early, you catch the ball most of the time. But in the moment, Arkansas second baseman jumped too early. So he kind of just starting to come down. It ticks off the top of his glove, a ball that probably should have been caught. Trickles into center field. LSU scores the winning run bottom of the ninth. Oof. Buddy, when the ball leaves the bat and the action ensues, you're not thinking about the NIL or the transfer portal or anything else. You're watching a collapse of humanity in the form of the Arkansas baseball team. And we can talk about the professionalism of college sports, but whether it's the age or the emotionality of it, man, a college loss hits different. It's different than a pro loss. You'll never see a professional team at any level react with the utter despair that Arkansas had to react to and with last night after blowing that game against LSU. I mean, inconsolable. Like, handfuls of players. Classy dude, the game ended. They all sprinted out to left field where the left fielder had, slipped and clanged the ball off his shoulder. He is just, I mean, if he could have dug a hole and buried himself in it right there, he would have. And then on the other side, LSU celebrates. They go on to face Coastal Carolina and that just abject baseball machine that they've become. All right, let's sift through some of the other highlights and headlines here on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday, and we'll get you up and rolling. We got Doc Kevin Murphy coming up 7 o'clock hour. E.T., I'm ready for you to notepad me, man.
All right.
Your notepad has better retention than my memory.
Yes, sir.
I saw a highlight of a baseball game the other day. I think it was the Texas Rangers, and their one of their pitchers, I think it was Kumar Rocker, and he was suffering from cramps, E.T., and they brought him out shots of pickle juice.
Okay, yeah.
And he's doing the pickle juice shots right there on the mound.
Yeah.
Now, if it's that simple, why ain't we wheeling the pickle juice out every time I see a dude with a cramp? So my question is that doing anything, or are you just having to suck back 3 shots of pickle juice in the middle of a hot summer day? What? Either or. So I want to ask the doc about the pickle juice. And then that, too, will be an answer that I could later fake.
Right.
In my little 30-minute audition.
To add to your repertoire.
So to speak. All right, back with more next. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. From the edge of your radio to the edge of your seat. Showtime! Feel the excitement of live play-by-play.
And this place is rocking right now.
On 1010XL.
Hey, John, have you seen the exciting 2025 lineup at Rainy Marion Cadillac?
They've got the Lyric, IQ, Optique, and the stunning Vistique. It's a Cadillac lover's dream.
And the best part, over 100 new Cadillacs are in stock and ready for you to drive home today.
Plus, it's the perfect time to trade in your Tesla and experience luxury and performance like never before.
Visit us today at Rainy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville.
Don't miss out on these incredible vehicles. Your new Cadillac awaits.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Florida heat hitting like a heavyweight? Time to call in the champ. KO Electric and HVAC. We knock out the heat and power up your comfort. Fast, reliable, and undefeated in home service. KOElectricJacks.com. KOElectricJacks.com.
Mike Dempsey, and now's the time to get your roof hurricane ready with Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacks Beach. Look, our rainy season is no joke, and if your roof's got damage, leaks, or it's just plain worn out, don't wait. Apex is local, dependable, and will show up on time using only premium materials with ironclad warranties. No shortcuts, no stress, just quality work you can trust. Skip the storm season scramble. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacks Beach, or visit apexroofingfl.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
The road to the playoffs is paved by a strong off-season.
That is the game within the game.
Navigate the way with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
That's a beautiful thing.
AA Automotive on Richard Street. Family run since 1954.
Tucker Equipment Rental in Neptune Beach. You just don't rent quality machines, you rent quality customer service. Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Dave. Tucker Equipment Rental has been supplying Jacksonville with equipment and event rental for over 50 years.
From commercial and homeowner projects, we've got what you need: lifts, dirt equipment, and landscape equipment.
And don't forget about event rentals, from festivals to weddings to backyard barbecues.
Local, knowledgeable, and always ready to help.
Tucker Equipment Rentals. You need it, we've got it, come see us.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather now hot as can be, look ahead and get that backyard ready for fall with a new open air or screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are the best in the business. So if you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
1010XL is a proud supporter of this year's Circle K Greater Jacksonville Kingfish Tournament, the largest fundraiser for marine charities. To join the fun July 10th through 19th at the Jim King Park and Boat Ramp, go to kingfishtournament.com.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
It's
It's a battle for the playoffs as your Sharks take on the first-place Steam Wheelers. Catch all the action this Saturday, June 21st at 7. Discover the thrill of indoor football. It's fast-paced, action-packed, and full of family fun. Try the new 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card for only $100. Get tickets at jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700.
Prosser here. Come cheer on the Sharks as they circle a playoff bid. It's Star Wars night presented by HCA Florida Healthcare. Dress up in your favorite costume. Get photos with your favorite Star Wars characters before the game. The first 1,000 kids get a free lightsaber. Join us on the field after the game for a free autograph session and special jersey auction. Tickets start at just $15. Call 904-621-0700. That's 904-621-0700. Sharks football, where memories are made. Go Sharks!
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back. Custom Tree Surgeon Thursday. Listen to the drill. 1010XL, 92.5 FM. We were down at the stadium yesterday afternoon doing some promotional material.
Putting in work at that stadium.
Oh, yeah. It's good, man. Good afternoon. Got to kind of see the state of things, buddy. Here's the one thing that I thought, because we had to get, wound through. We did some stuff at the flex field, and we went upstairs, and we did some stuff in the locker room. We did stuff on the field itself there at the tunnel. We, where else were? Oh, up in one of the clubs. And there's really only one way to get from point A to point B because of the beginnings of the construction. So, we got to remember that this year that's going to be already starting to be modified, right? I don't know what the right word is, but we'll be...
I call it modified.
Yeah, right. Excuse our mess. It's going to be, excuse our dust kind of a situation this year. And I couldn't help thinking in my mind, marveling at everything that they're going to have to do between now and the first game down there. Like, even from the standpoint, we're walking through some of the tunnel, ET, unless I got turned around, but it seemed like some of the concourses where I would expect restaurants and stuff to have been were they?
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
Some of them, yeah. Like the outside ones. The club looked, pretty similar.
It looked untouched.
Yeah. Locker rooms, obviously, they won't touch, and they do so much at the Miller Electric Center now that's really just kind of a game day location for them. But
yeah, a lot of the passageways was just weren't the same.
I don't, I'm not down at the stadium in the offseason. I don't want to speak out of place, and maybe they tear those things down and rebuild them year to year based on who has the space and that. But I would have expected some, a little more infrastructure than what we saw down there yesterday. So yeah, it's going to be a busy, hot couple of months, man. Shout out to y'all working on that thing down there. A lot of 6 o'clockers down there now, and we feel you. It's hot already, E. And buddy, we were down there yesterday from like 2 to about 3:30. And I noticed we left as we were leaving, there was a wave of workers leaving. So they must have had that shift. And then they were coming in on the backside.
Yep.
Which tells me they're probably 24/7 down there, doing everything they can to set the stage for, there's going to be a hardship here these next couple of years, right? Especially the team playing away from Jacksonville for a year. That's going to hurt, especially since we're going to be getting really good prediction. But when we debut that spectacle down there on the river, man, what's that going to do for everyone's Sundays for a lot of years?
At Four Seasons, just all of that down
that's
there.
Popping up too, right?
Yeah.
A lot more. That was way further along. I haven't been downtown in a while, really. I think I got a concert coming up. I'm not positive. Yeah, so anyway, just being down and around there and see all the work that's being done. Meanwhile, the work on the roster also continues. And, now I think there's one thing. E.T., go to Anthony Campanile's final press conference to wrap up the mini camps there. Looks like June 11th. That helps you out a little bit. This is how we go here, man. We go on the fly. The problem in these breaks, E.T., we got to stop yapping.
Oh, we got to yap about the right stuff.
Right, we start talking about all kinds of stuff, and then I got the comeback music in my ear, man. I mean, I'm good. I'm versatile. I can go just on my feet, but I should probably give you a little bit more forewarning. I mean, I'm making you play Sandlot. My man needs a playbook.
That's what we do.
That's all I'm saying. Look, I can't help but feel, and hopefully it's not misplaced optimism, I can't help but feel like we're going to make a major, dramatic, statistical, and productive improvement on the offensive side of the ball, E.T.
Okay.
I'm feeling that really, really strong. I think the competition on the line will constantly keep it on edge and better. I think the receiver position with Travis Hunter added there to Brian Thomas Jr. is better. I think Trevor is going to be better and more stable. You know, there's some, those like Britton Strange, right? Lots said about, lots hoped for. They're Parker Washington, some of those dudes, they're going to have to still show me. But I just feel I think that running back position is super key. Those guys have not been productive the last couple of years. They've not. And they're saying the right things about Travis Etienne. I'm worried about our guy, man. He looks so explosive that the good year. Mm-hmm. Such a big play running back. And the last two, it's just gotten steadily worse. So there's some areas on offense, but I just feel at the end of the day, there's more than enough there for significant improvement to come. And then you go to the other side of the football, and it was worse than the offense, right? I mean, the defense last year was terrible.
Trash.
I mean, so major improvements have to come on the defensive side of the ball. And you feel from like whether or not it's symbolic that moving up and taking Travis Hunter was looked at to help the offense, right? He immediately is called a quote receiver, although he'll play both. And you didn't add a ton to the defense. I mean, you added some. I'm not saying you didn't. And in fact, going to hear from a couple of those guys next segment, or at least one of them. And then you've got a new defensive coordinator, Anthony Campanile, and how is he and his impact and his style and his scheme and his chemistry building. How is he going to put it together? Look, here's the funny thing about the NFL, ET. You can take a snippet of what you really can be, even the terrible teams. Last year, that snippet defensively would be the Vikings game, right?
Yep. That's
a high-scoring, super productive offense on a team that's rolling and held them to what? 4 field goals, was it? What was that game? 12-7 maybe? Just another bleh. I think they only got 12, though. I don't think they scored a touchdown. So
12-7.
Yeah, so it's maddening that you have a group of guys that are capable of holding the Minnesota Vikings to 12 points, yet you'll give 30-plus another 8-9 times. It makes no damn sense. Can he get somebody to put it together? And then there have been pieces added, make no mistake, there have, especially in that defensive backfield. It's got to be reworked. And so I feel like this front seven is what it is. I think they'll be productive enough. How can this new collection of defenders on the backside all be pieced together to be most effective? That's what it feels like. So, E.T., we'll start here with Campanile. There are a lot of defensive backs fighting, competing for positions. It's led to a lot of competitive work.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's situation is different, but he's a guy that's been doing a lot extra too. And you see the guys like who are trying to put all the the extra work in. He's been doing a really good job that way too. So I know some of the stuff is new for these guys, but they've really done the work on their end. We got to continue to do our best to coach them and get them where we want them to go. But they're meeting us certainly more than halfway, doing extra.
He's talking about the cornerback. Buster Brown is who he's referencing, but he spoke for the entirety of the position there. Look, that's part of the secondary. Another part is that safety position. Did I see Tom McManus predicting that he thinks Dewey Wingard is going to win that safety job? Did you see that?
Oh.
I didn't see Tom say it. I linked through a column that was saying that Tom had said that. You know, that winger's an interesting story from the grading standpoint. He messes up the curve because he grades highly. Like every year, he's like the highest graded safety for the Jags. So I don't know. We'll see what's there. Here's Campanile, who will make the decisions on his safety room. ET cut 12. Anthony Campanile after minicamp on the safety room and the secondary overall.
I mean, it's been really competitive, and I think Antonio Johnson has done a great job too. You know, those guys are all, and they're real positive with each other in the room. You know, if you're in there, they're kind of coaching each other up. Out on the field, they're coaching each other up. So, you know, competition's a great thing. You know, that's a great problem to have, and our guys are going about it the right way, trying to help each other through it. But they are competing every day, and we got you know, some good guys back there, some smart guys back there, like you said, Dewey, Sav. Having Sav back's awesome too, you know, because he's a sharp dude and has a bunch of ability. I think Caleb's done a really good job. I think he was coached really well in college also because he's a sharp guy. He's got clean feet, you know, moves really, really well. Good athlete, and he's doing extra every day too. You know, just get caught up, obviously coming in after those guys, but he's doing a good job for us.
Yeah, you forget about Ranshaw too. There is an addition. We should include him. It's a relatively high draft pick to help address that defense. So how can this new young staff, boy, they're young. They are young, man. Coordinator in his 20s, another in his 30s. Young head coach, young GM, and then old Tony, the old guy. Tony Maselli is the old guy of the organization, E.T. How does that make me feel? Remember that big baby face was in the locker room in 1995. just grumbling at people. He was the best, bro. Maselli in the locker room, on the field. He was the best. I love that dude. He was young, man. A big old baby body, meaner than a snake, country strong.
When did y'all build y'all's relationship?
Way after he retired. Yeah. I mean,
he was mean back in the day.
And it wasn't antagonistic. Like, we wouldn't be friends right now. And he and Dan were probably closer as back then.
Right.
But they weren't friends. Not like we're going to dinner. You know what I mean? And no. That evolved after the playing days. But I appreciated Tony. Loved him as a player. I never had in that locker room back and forth. Never had issues or incident. He was a perfect locker room guy. Said the quiet part out loud when it needed to be. And owned everything, man. That's what was great. Never blamed and could blame this guy, that guy, coaching that. Never did. Mean as snot though, boy. And that ain't no lie. You some guys need that white line to trigger their Hulk and get it out for 3 hours and do it again next week. And so yeah, old guy in the organization. I digress. All right, let's take a quick timeout. Come back on the other side. Let's hear from Britton Strange. What do you think? This is real quick from Britton Strange. I got a football fix. Mets Braves, game 2 goes to Atlanta. And I'm still left scratching my head. And I'll tell you why when we come back on the other side. I'm not going to complain or criticize a 5-0 shutout win. I'm not.
Stunk them boys.
Even though we're way out of it. I'm not going to make it more than what it is either, especially going to have to go up there for 4 games next week. Oof. Perhaps maybe a little incorrigible if, we go 3 out of 4. I don't know. Anyway, that's not my point. I've got a head scratcher even with the victory last night. Anyway, that football fix, Britton Strange, Hick arrival, some, less than 30 minutes out now. We got Doc Kevin Murphy and more. It's a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. It's what we do on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Scotty Scheffler 3-1 to win the Travelers Championship at TPC River Highlands. Rory McIlroy 11-1. Xander Schauffele 13-1. NASCAR this week at Pocono for the Cup Series race Sunday. Danny Hamlin, the plus 450 favorite. Justin Allgaier, the favorite, plus 280 to win the Xfinity Series race on Saturday. Corey Heim, plus 110 to win Friday's truck race. Spencer Strider on the mound for the Atlanta Braves today. $1.37 home favorite against Clay Holmes of the Mets. 8.5 under at Truist Park. Rays $1.60 favorite at Steinbrenner Field today against the Orioles, plus 135. 10.5 flat, the total. $250 bonus, and you open up a G-Bank Visa signature card. Visa.com/GBank. For more sports betting news and information, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, Real Talk 93.3.
With the first pick in the 2025 draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Duck Rooter, the #1 plumbing, septic, and air conditioning contractor in Florida.
Congratulations, Duck Rooter. So tell us, how does it feel to be picked #1?
Duck Rooter is a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When you need help with any plumbing, septic, or AC issue, just give us a call and relax. We'll send one of our first-round draft picks to tackle your problems today. DuckDuckRooter.com. That's DuckDuckRooter.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? You have questions? Call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
It's kind of like his own private locker, and you're his guest.
Every time we talk, I'm reinvigorated by my love of the game.
Hayes Carline here. Find my blog at 1010XL.com.
Hayes Blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks, vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Barr here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Barr Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit BarrOrthopedics.com.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the Botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations. Julington Creek, Jax Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine. And over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing? Or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the Botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
Hey, Hickett here for my friends at Zero Res. Gang, vacuuming is not sufficient to maintain the cleanliness and lifespan of your carpet, period. Do not, let me repeat, do not leave deep cleaning to yourself, but do-it-yourself dirt-attracting carpet soaking machines. No. Call on the cleaning freaks from Zero Res. Big summer savings. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $129. Take 20% off air duct cleaning as well. Call them, 904-287-5727, and ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Looking for a great place to enjoy some craft creations and soak up some scenery?
Fernandina's Mocama Beer Company is a must-see and must-try. Nassau County knows it. Visitors need to find out about it. Mocama means near the big water where the sun is born. And if you visit their tap room in Fernandina Beach, you'll see how they've mastered equal parts precision and art in creating great flavors from IPAs to Pilsners, lagers, and sours, plus plenty more. Mocama.com, Mocama Beer Company. Start an adventure and find them in Fernandina.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I only like to recommend the best, which is why I'm proud to say that I chose Pella Windows and Doors for my own home. And now's a great time to upgrade your home with 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years of interest-free payments on the best windows and doors in the business. Don't wait. Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or visit their showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows. For quality you can trust and savings you can't miss, that's Pella Windows and Doors.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back here. It's a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. No job too big or small for your comes to your property. No one can help you protect it, and if it gets damaged, take care of the cleanup for you, like Custom Tree Surgeons. Expert advice. Great group of guys. So good, man. Get so much feedback here about Custom Tree Surgeons and those out there that have used them. So we're going to go through storm season here, and you need them, man. Honest, upfront, and you get the job you expect with Custom Tree Surgeons. Just go to CustomTreeSurgeons.com. Okay, so here's what I've decided, since ET and I will often just go off into convo land. I'll just turn our conversations into the beginning of the next segment. That way I kill two birds with one stone, especially when it's sports related. And I enjoy these little Q&As, because I forget sometimes people are always learning about new sports. And, you know, like that's how it would be if you try to tell me about cricket all of a sudden, you know, and I'd say, hey, man, by the way, what does this mean? But you were asking me something more about the, you know, you're noticing this year that all the TPC courses, because they're playing, you know, right now up at TPC, whatever they call it. I'm not even sure up there in Connecticut for this week's event. But, you know, I was telling him that they're tournament players clubs at different places. And so then you asked me, well, what do they call the tournament there? Because we call it here the TPC. And then I got into this observation. By the way, the golf tournament gets started today. It's a great field. I did see my guy Hick. I'm going to enjoy his opinion on this one. Did you see who ESPN is using as one of the on-course analysts?
No.
You know what I'm talking about? The guys that walk, one of the guys that walk against Bones. It's, you know, those types. Adam Schefter.
Oh, Shefty.
Here's look. I don't want to get too.
I'll see him as a golf guy like that.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. ESPN. Here's the problem. Just dumb down our industry as much as you can, guys. Just say anybody can do anything.
Yeah.
And what about all the guys that have been applying their trade in golf and forgotten more about golf than Adam Schefter? But here you at a PGA, at an elevated event for your TV audience, you're going to put a guy who's an NFL reporter. You're going to make a shtick. Okay. Anywho, that gets started today. But I was telling you, I've seen a lot of battles waged through the years with either brands or teams or people just trying to either be called a new name or a new phrase or whatever, a different way to state things. Augusta's done it, right? They don't want them called fans. They want them to be patrons. You push back. Ultimately, what do you find yourself doing? Calling them patrons. Mm-hmm. But, man, I'll give you one that they just couldn't win right here in our own backyard. And if you've been here for a long time, you'll feel me on this. Years ago, when the Players' Championship was, formed and played here, it was the Players' Championship, and it just got to be known around here, the local parts, as the TPC. First of all, it doesn't need a "the." It would be the Players Championship, and that was always somewhat annoying. But nonetheless, the tournament and the Players Championship just had to deal with when people were going out there, they were going to see the TPC.
Yes.
It just happens to be played at the TPC at Sawgrass, which creates another level of confusion. But my point is, then the tour, they put the heavy on. They tried hard. They did it through marketing. They did it through us in the media. We really don't want to call it the TPC. We want to call it the Players Championship. And then we want to call it the Players. And over and over. And to this day, if you have anyone on from the tour or the tournament, they're going to call it its rightful the Players. But at the end of years, of decades of trying, next March, when you call up your buddy and see what he's doing on Friday, and you got extra tickets, you're going to ask him just like this. Hey, man, you want to go to the TPC on Friday? It's one of the only L's that's been hung in that. They, no matter how hard they try, they just could not get us to commit to calling it to. And I told Ian, the reason, you can see the reason is because of that confusion. You don't want it to just be some generic, the TPC, because then it does get confused with the TPC at New Orleans, the TPC, if you're not golf initiated, I suppose. But man, try as they might, they did it every lean they could to get us all to commit to the Players. And here, professionally in a broadcast sense, ET, we still do. We say the Players. We're live at the Players. We don't come back to the TBC. But that doesn't matter if you're anywhere in Jacksonville, if you've been here 40 years or 5. When you go to the tournament, that's what they say. I enjoy that. All right, so it's just one little, observation. The Braves beat the Mets last night with Sale, Acuna homer. They got a late homer from Olsen, but it was over by then. And Sale pitched great. And you never throw him back a shutout win. 10 games back now, awesome. Or is it 11? I don't even know. But here's the deal. Here's what I don't understand. Now, it doesn't bother me. See, I'm not going to go on a rant, ET. It doesn't bother me. Because I know the Braves, it's not going to matter for the Braves. They've buried themselves already.
Dang.
Past the point of winning championships.
Okay.
So take it past, say I'm wrong, and they catch fire, and they go 80-20, whatever, and they make the playoffs. Fine. I couldn't wish harder to be wrong. I don't think I am in this case. Anyway, if they do that, if they do fancy themselves any kind, and the Braves, Alex Anthopoulos came out yesterday and said, if you think we're trading Chris Sale, you're crazy. We're going to be buyers at the deadline, not sellers, yada, yada, yada. They're 10-11 back, guys. Anyway. But if you do, if you just become the hottest team in baseball for 70 days and, you go 55-10, whatever, just something stupid. I'm throwing numbers out there. If you are going to be any kind of contender, you're going to need Chris Sale. He's a great pitcher. He's got third best ERA in like the last month and a half. He's back into the form that won the Cy Young last year. A season, though, that when it mattered and they really needed him on the field in the playoffs, he couldn't go. He had a back injury. So for the life of me, why you would throw Chris Sale like 119 pitches last night, the most he's thrown, I think I saw since 2019. Why you would do that is perplexing to me. And I'm not going to speak out both sides of my mouth. I'm all for guys going out and throwing 120 every night if that's what they do and what they're used to. But, man, I've got a guy here who's been the last 5 years of his career in some form or fashion injured on pitch count or overcoming something. It seems curious to go throw him 119 pitches, 116 pitches, whatever it was. 8 2/3. What? Anywho, I digress. All right, Brenton Strange, one of those that the Jaguars offense will count on. They let Evan Ingram go. They've not done a whole lot at the position other than say, Brenton Strange, let's see what you got. First off, Strange, thankful for the teammate Ingram was, getting him up and rolling his career. Says he's excited about how good he thinks Trevor Lawrence is going to be. He notes this wide receiver core, and it's maybe electricity with the additions of Hunter and then more minimally De'Ami Brown. Been working on his route running because overall he says he's excited about how his new head coach uses the position.
I think what gets me excited the most is that he uses me in every single way I can be used. I'm going to be used as a pass catcher. I'm going to be used as a pass protection. I'm going to be used as run blocking. So that's my favorite thing about being a tight end is that you can be versatile, you can be involved in everything, but that comes with a lot, and that comes with a lot of details. So that's what we've been working on the most is just figuring out the details of everything and trying to be great.
Boy, the opinions on Brenton Strange have been wide, right? Eric Armstead thinks he's a top 5 tight end. PFF doesn't have him in the top 32. So who's right. Fire up the band. We got a football fix. Just 3 or 4 headlines here worth getting there, and then let's get back on track for the remainder of today's Custom Tree Search. It's Thursday. Yeah, not a good look. Just bad timing, poor judgment for Shedeur Sanders. I don't understand with today's young athlete.
I don't get it, bro.
The headlines on this driving, man, and the devastation. It's just over and over. Last offseason, it was Rashee Rice. It's been the Georgia football players. Henry Ruggs, I saw over the weekend emotionally apologizing to killing someone.
Isn't the cars that they're driving, they're just fat? I don't know.
I just don't understand why you put all that. And it doesn't have to be, just because you're not intoxicated doesn't make driving 101 and a 60 okay. Listen, guys, I get it, bro. We drive in at a time of the night, there's not many people on the road. Hand to heart and pedal to metal, I can go 90 on the highway. I can. But I'm not sure Sanders driving around, suburban Cleveland going 100 and a 60. So, for what it's worth, to deal with that. Well, Lamar wanted him, and Lamar got him. Jair Alexander, who's been an all-star cornerback at times in his career.
You know who's so happy about that?
Who's that?
Grady.
Oh, yeah.
He loves that.
Yeah, well, there you go. It occurs to me, too, Gritty's up there in that part of the country where it's be natural to either be Washington or Baltimore fan. Let's see. We got news with the Texans. I saw a listing the other day, one of those Pro Football Focus listings, I think. Top cornerback duos in the NFL, and they had Houston's number 1.
Stingley? Who's the other guy?
Gosh, I just had it, man. Hold on. I just had it. Maybe it's in this. They've also signed Damon Arnett to a 1-year deal. Now, he's coming back into the league. He was a 2020 first-round pick. He had a bunch of legal issues. Played in the UFL this year for the Houston Roughnecks. He's got former domestic assaults and accused of striking a woman, smashing her head to the ground. Former first-rate, not good. Who is the other corner?
Kamari Lassiter?
That's it, Lassiter. It was right there on the tip of my tongue. All right, what else we got here? I saw one more. This is kind of. I mentioned Henry Ruggs III spoke at a Hope for Prisoners event.
They granted him special release.
Yeah,
to go speak, and he apologized.
Yeah, he was going 156 on that terrible, fatal night. Gross was asked what he would say to the family. One, I wish I could turn back the hands of time. I would love for them to meet the real Henry Ruggs, not the one that was escaping from something. I sincerely apologize for not being a part of that situation, for not only being a part of that situation, but the fact that my face is always in the news. It's always in the newspaper. They have to constantly be reminded of me. The former first rounder right now, after pleading guilty, sentenced to a 3 to 10 year prison sentence in 2023. So a lot of life ahead for Henry Ruggs, and lesson that just doesn't seem to get learned. Doesn't seem to get learned.
Hey Jeff, before we drafted Travis Hunter, this was last year. We used to talk about a guy a lot, Jared Verse.
Okay.
How good of a rookie year he had. Did you hear what Teron Armstead had to say about him?
No.
He was on a podcast or something, and they asked, all right, so now that you're no longer playing, who are 3 guys that who gave you the business?
Yeah.
And he's the first person he said, he was like, the rookie Jared Verse. He says that he's going to be the MVP of the league 1 year.
Okay.
Jared Verse, yeah.
What an amazing story. Verse came to FSU, and an old fan, correct me on the text line after I get this wrong, but from Albany or Stony Brook or somewhere. And was Verse a tight end at one point? No. Didn't he come from Albany or Albany? Is that it?
That's crazy.
Yeah. They nailed that one. Hey, it's not a terrible thing that the guy making our decisions was a part of the group that kind of analyzed that.
Right.
All right, that's Football Fix. Brought to you by the Sharks. Home this weekend. ET's got tickets, 641-1010. Also by the home course, the Jointon Creek Golf Club. Tee it high and let it fly. We'll see you on the course, the home course, the Jointon Creek Golf Club.
The drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. This is 1010XL.
Real smooth. Real smooth? Real smooth.
10.
Real smooth.
10.
Real smooth.
XL.
Real smooth.
I'm Frank Frangie with the Nimnik Nugget. College football finally got it right. They've now announced that there will be straight seeds. You win your conference, that gets you into the tournament. But it doesn't mean you'll be seated high. The best teams will be seated high. Sometimes college football takes forever to get it right. This one they finally got right. I'm Frank Frangie for the Nimnik family of dealerships. Frank Frangie here. Experience professional grade at Nimnik Buick GMC. Home of the largest inventory of GMC Sierras in Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia. This month, save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500s or enjoy rates as low as 0% APR financing. That's right, 0%. You can't find deals like this anywhere else in Jacksonville, so shop 24/7 online at NimnikBuickGMC.com or visit the showroom on Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
Ideal Conditions Heating and Air Conditioning is your go-to for all AC repairs and replacements. Just gas your AC. For exceptional service, call 904-500-COOL or visit idealconditionsjacks.com to schedule your estimate today.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
Idealconditionsjacks.com.
Get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, wants to make your flight in and out of Jax a fun one. Stop by Vino Volo in the airport and enjoy 2 signature brackish cocktails. Vino Volo has amazing food and cocktails before your flight. Brackish Vodka is the first clean craft vodka and made right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Brackish Vodka for whatever your sport is. If your sport is flying, your vodka is Brackish, proud partner of the Jaguars.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Mike Dempsey here. Look, you know, it's been 10 years that I've been vouching for my guys at Dandy Boots, and for a decade, I'm proud of my association with a local family business. They make a great product. I've made no secret that I was a customer long before Dandy ever came on board on 1010XL. But I'm thinking I'm due a little Dandy swag, maybe a little love. How about a Dandy t-shirt, a ball cap? So how about it, Thompson family? What do you got going on over there? In the meantime, I'm going to keep eating those delicious tuna salad sandwiches. So guys, keep helping me out and grab a Dandy sandwich today.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
Attention, North Florida. It's time to elevate your game night. Head to Best Bet, your premier destination for poker. With locations in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine, we have a seat ready for you. Whether you're a seasoned poker player or just starting out, we have you covered with easy-to-learn games like Ultimate Texas Hold'em or 3-card poker. And it's not just poker. With delicious food, lively bars, and big screen events, there's something for everyone. Visit bestbetjacks.com to learn more. That's bestbetjacks.com. And Annie up for fun.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experience, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Kuhn Flowers. Jaguar offensive line coach Sean Sarrett is dealing up the intensity, aiming to elevate the O-line this season, and he's got his eyes on Walker Little as a long-term anchor up front.
Well, it's to solidify the position, whatever position he ends up at, to solidify it and go in there and be, a 17-game starter for multiple years.
The Miller Electric Center will be buzzing as rookies report July 19th and vets follow on July 21st. Time to trade the flip-flops for cleats. And in a major shakeup, the Tampa Bay Rays are in talks for a potential sale with Jacksonville developer Patrick Zalowski and Jumbo Shrimp owner Ken Babby in the mix. Team's future still up in the air with Orlando, Jacksonville, or even out-of-state moves being floated. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 7:05, it's 76 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
No changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts. So
you know it!
Cops give a damn about a Negro.
Yes, sir!
Kill each other. Woo! Fight back. That's what Huey said.
Woo!
In the dark now, Huey's dead.
Thursday.
But we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other.
All my Tampa friends have been ringing me up. Sure. No, I'm not going to help you just because I know the future owner of the Rays personally.
Someone asked me on the text, I said, you have to ask Dreamfinders Danny.
Dreamfinders Danny.
What am I to say?
He's excited.
They expect you to move the team here to Jacksonville.
I know they do.
Yeah.
I know.
Maybe not. And listen, the plan isn't now. We got to get it by MLB. Sure, we're going to stay here.
Let's get the
team.
team.
Stay right here in Tampa. Tell people what you're referring to.
Well, I
don't think many people know, really, at this point.
Well, the Dreamfinders guy is in talks to buy the Patrick Zalewski, who's our Dreamfinders guy, who's a great dude, by the way, is in talks to buy the Rays. It's got a letter of intent or whatever. And
LOI.
I can't. I don't know all the business terms. You know me. I'm just along for the ride.
Yes, you are. You're a spokesperson.
Patrick, do you need me? Yes.
He'd rather be a spokesmodel. He's relegated to spokesperson.
Play-by-play guy for the Rays? No, Patrick, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I like doing what I do.
You're a clown. People only knew.
So anyway, but yeah, so that's kind of a cool thing, though.
Yeah, it is.
If he,
it's gonna be cool when they the first time that you see Ken Babby say that. Yeah, to me, we don't need to. We're gonna up our stadium seating here to $32,000. That's when we can go.
When you saw Babby's name in the group, then you sit there and you wonder, well, there's the baseball grounds. Now, again, if I'm...
That's probably more leaning on a baseball guy, or a lot of that.
Yeah. If I'm Patrick, I'm like, well, here's what we'll do. Well, you know, if we... This is a big... You
haven't spoken to him, right? Or have you? Do we know what would Jacksonville come into play?
I don't think so. I think the plan is right now.
That's what I wanted to be heard.
But, yeah. So, but I think that... my idea would be, if you were to do it, would be obviously you take the baseball grounds and turn it into a beautiful 32,000 seat stadium
next to this Taj Mahal football stadium. That'll help too. Now,
but how about give me a little bit of land around it so I can put in
a battery between the two.
A square.
Actually, if you get a second major league team, you can get some combo efforts with the Jags. This would be way down the road.
I've wondered this too. It's weird, and I know they all want their own. But there was a day, and this is before you, but I don't know if you remember this, but there was a day where the football stadium was the baseball stadium.
Right. You shared it. Almost all.
Yeah.
Very few were.
That's how they used to do it.
So here?
Everywhere.
I remember
Major leagues.
Major League. If it was Major League and NFL, they shared the stadium. Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Cincinnati,
Oakland,
LA, Oakland,
yeah,
everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, unless you didn't have a baseball team.
Okay.
And this day and age, with the advanced of
seems
architecture
you see it
and
more.
stuff.
That's a good point.
I don't understand why they don't do that, just to set like
vanity,
like
my castle.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because I would say, like, if I and I know Patrick has a great relationship with Shad. I'd say, Shad, look, I'll throw in $400 million.
Yeah.
Let's dress it up a little bit more and like kind of turn it into a baseball stadium.
You'd have to have Major League.
Well, yeah, for sure.
You'd have to have that already.
For sure. Well, we're getting the Rays.
There you go. We're buying the Rays.
We're in.
We're taking them.
So anyway, but yeah, it's a fun thing to talk about. Anyway, I'm just happy for Patrick.
Well, it would at least make
he loves sports, and he'll do it if it does come to fruition. Now this Sternberg guy apparently does this all the time, and Major League Baseball is fed up with them, and they want a solution because they want expansion, and expansion is like Nashville's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the other city is. I would think you need one out west, but
like Sacramento, maybe. How are they doing with the A's? Nothing special. You got to build something somewhere. Portland, where? That's the point. If you're going out west,
I don't know.
Austin, Texas, maybe. Another Texas market.
I don't know. Maybe
huge state. You only got the two.
Huge city.
Yeah, but or San Antonio. I mean, another Texas market, maybe.
Somewhere out. Just because of the balance. But I. Like I said, I know Nashville is like more than ready.
Nashville, Dan, was AAA when I lived in Tennessee 50 years ago, or about to be.
So anyway, we'll see. But the point is, I think Major League Baseball has leaned on the Sternberg guy. And anyway, I'm excited for Patrick. I hope it works out for him. And if he does do that, I'm certain I'll get worst case box seats for Mets Rays.
Nice.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
Oh, nice.
And probably a lot more. I'll be honest. He loves me, and he'll probably talk to me about a heavy duty job.
Does he call you Dream Finders, Danny?
He does.
Yeah.
He absolutely does.
Interesting.
He absolutely does. He knows the value that I bring to Dream Finders homes.
I'm sure you've told him.
Yes. Speaking of, perfect Dream Finders homes poll question of the day. Brought to you
when the Rays moved to Jacksonville, how many...
This is even better. Dream Finders is the official home builder of, and this shows you how involved he's the Jaguars. We saw their pictures everywhere down the stadium yesterday. The PGA Tour, the Florida Gators. He's on the board of regents for the University of Florida, too. So, heavy hitter over there.
Well, he needs some extracurriculars.
Yeah. Right now, you can get a 4.99% fixed interest rate. 15 different locations around Jacksonville.
15 of them things.
Maybe soon to be 16. Maybe you can buy outside the new stadium.
Oh.
What major league sport besides the NFL do you think Jacksonville would support the best? I give you 4 choices.
Oh, that's an easy one, though.
NHL hockey, MLB baseball, NBA basketball, MLS soccer. I probably
don't
should
think
have
it's
put.
easy.
I probably should have put like WNBA too, just out of curiosity. But I only had 4 slots, so I didn't. But I got over 500 votes. So what do you think?
You don't think it's easy, Jeff?
What do you think?
It's easy. I don't think it's easy at all.
So one morning, Jeff and I did something in the 6 o'clock hour. We asked the 6
You were
o'clock
surprised, weren't you?
Baseball.
Yeah.
And I think it's an overwhelming. I think it's baseball because the amount of Braves fans we have here in Jacksonville, the amount of Rays fans we have, and just baseball fans in general.
What's the Shrimp average attendance? 7,000 maybe? Do we know?
Probably.
Can you look that up, ET? Last year's Jacksonville's Shrimp average home attendance? Because there's a reality here, man. Baseball's not played in front of 50 grand every night. You're not talking about a football. I mean, most baseball stadiums, there's 25,000 people in them. Most of them. Now, if you got a good, and most stadiums are much smaller than you think. Most of them. You know, most of them seat 35, 40. And I think football mentality and bigger baseball stadium mentality, we get used to these 70,000, 60,000 seat stadiums.
The key to baseball is, again, it's not the size of the stadium, it's the expense of seats, and you need corporations, and you need 81 games. That's the challenge in Jacksonville. Jacksonville's not heavily populated with Fortune 500 companies.
I think what you would also bring into play, though, also you're going to bring in, listen, I think a Major League Baseball team in Jacksonville would be a lot more community impact than a football team. From the standpoint, it's a summertime. I think suddenly Jacksonville becomes baseball trip beach destination, baseball trip golf destination. I think Jacksonville gets into those same decisions that we and our friends make every year to either go see a baseball game or to go to a golf trip where you can see a baseball game. And if you add that, the thing about baseball is that summertime vacation spot. It's easier to make time to do a baseball trip if you want. I think we would draw a lot of fans from Daytona to Tallahassee. But that's not a big metro area 2 points.
So you say baseball too?
To be honest with you, it might be the NHL, dude.
Yeah, I've seen what the Icemen have done. And
that is good.
That's the one. I'm thinking the Icemen, and
you're talking about talking about 40 games a year, not 80.
That's right. I get that.
You're talking about now. Listen, our arena is not NHL ready, but it could be renovated to be.
Yeah.
But in this poll, baseball is the overwhelming winner, 51.9%. Hockey is second, though, at 24.2%.
Well, then we nailed it. We went baseball, hockey. I would still go baseball, but I think there's enough. I think Jacksonville Metro would send 15,000, 20,000 people to a baseball game a night. I do. It's because it's a summer. You can do it. And we're you know how vibrant baseball is here. You know how many kids groups and baseball teams, and I really do. I think it would be intriguing. But baseball fails in bigger, healthier cities.
MLS soccer was 14%. NBA basketball was 10%. You can vote at.
I think NBA would do better than people think because it's such a star league. You really get an influx of people just to see a guy.
I think it's there's similar. Another sport. No matter the one would be challenging, but down the road, maybe not.
Yeah. I think they would be challenging, but I think all of those would have a chance to succeed. Like there's been times where like, no way. I don't know about MLS, but because I don't know how MLS is supported like nationally. I have no idea.
Well, whenever we have like a friendly here or
those
something,
are bigger than MLS
numbers.
Though. Those are usually a higher level of soccer.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes with that, but that's it's fascinating to me, and like I said, I'm just cheering for Patrick, and I hope it happens for him, and I know he'll do good things, and you Rays fans should be very excited if he does it because he's again there's no formula for success, but this guy built Dream Finders from the bottom up and did an unbelievable job. So. Anyway, go to DreamFindersHomes.com. Tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you. Soon to be Dreamfinders Tampa Bay Danny. So just keep that in mind.
I don't remember everything that I see. I wonder next year at this time if you would make a note and say, "Hey, Pross, tell me what happened last year at the College World Series." I think I will remember that absolute abject disaster that Arkansas fell victim to. And by the way, to me, as a baseball guy. There were 3 plays, and you could rank them in the playability of it being played. All three are way over 50% should have been pulled off. But by a million miles, the GOAT of the game is the best player, the shortstop, brain freezing on a game-ending bouncer.
Oh, man.
The guy, when he threw to third, you could see the runner was like 5 steps out of the box only. You got to turn the double play.
That was bad.
And so the other ones were more egregious. The left fielder falls. It clanks off. You think it's his head at first. It clanks off of him. The second baseman jumps too early, and he misses a ball he should have had.
Yeah.
But that shortstop with first and second and one out getting a tailor-made 5-4 or 6-4-3 and just choking up and going to third. That's what did it.
Well, for those who don't know.
Heartbreaking, though, man. I don't get it. I don't feel for teams like that.
That kid, the left fielder.
Oh my
God!
Yeah. Oh God! And they all sprinted out to left field, which was touching in and of itself.
It was. It's just it's the, and again we forget they're kids, but part of the deal is these kids are now making money, and so anyway, Arkansas though is like the SEC version of FSU in Omaha. The Omahogs are over. And they got the second most appearances in Omaha without a championship. Yeah. And they are the ones who...
Is FSU number one on that list?
Yeah. FSU's like a 24, Arkansas, maybe at least a dozen. But anyway, a couple years ago, and I don't know, I don't know if this was to win the championship. It might have been, I can't remember. But if you remember, a guy hits a pop fly, Oregon State guy, first baseman, second baseman go over in the Bermuda Triangle and kind of both watch it drop. And neither of them caught it. And then the Oregon State went on and won the game. It was like the 9th inning. It gave them second life, and they went and won the game. I don't know if that won it might have won the title. I don't remember, but Arkansas has a history of this. And the moment gets big, and it's 5-3, and you're gonna now you're forcing.
They still got to win again.
Yeah, but. I don't know.
You'd have all the momentum.
Yeah. I mean, and a lot of people felt like, even LSU, Jerry told me Arkansas is a team to beat. And so, LSU's right there. Look, LSU's won like 7 national championships in baseball.
They're the DNA.
Yeah.
You can never count them out. They'll flare up even if you don't expect it.
The year they beat Florida, I think, they had like a walk-off against Wake Forest.
Yeah. The little bearded looking he looks like he reminds me of, he looks like the kid from Tampa.
But anyway, so you're right. So the Arkansas up 5-3 in the 9th inning. Ground ball, just a step to his right, no problem. And they say he's a great fielder.
Tailor-made. He's their best player, I think.
And it's go to second, go to first.
And get him by a mile, both runners by a mile. Oh, my God.
And for some reason, he gets the force at third. I don't know. In the moment, he probably thought lead runner. Get the sure out.
But no, it's just, there is no moment. You're just not, there's no reason. You can let that guy go to third. He doesn't matter. It's more important to get that second guy in scoring position.
The next guy hits a fairly hard ball to left field, but the guy's feet, legs just go cement on him, and he's like, "Oh my God, the moment's too big."
Yeah,
ball hits him. You said the shoulder.
I thought
it
looked like the head. They're saying the shoulder. They may be doing him justice.
Squirts way. 2-run score. It's 5-5, and then another guy gets a hit and goes off the second baseman's glove,
and he jumped a stitch too earlier. He would have made that play. It's not an easy play, but that was the least egregious of the three.
Yeah. But, that was an effort play.
But he should have made. In fact, if you look they show the dugout and you see one of the coaches say to one of the players or one of the other coaches, he jumped too early.
Yeah.
You can read his lips. So on the field, it looked that way too. Now, again, that was the least egregious, but all 3 plays on championship teams have got to be made.
Yeah.
And LSU's got a little of that Florida basketball thing going.
Yeah.
Their elimination, buddy. They're not over. You know how Florida's always down 6 with 3 minutes to go. They'd win the game. That's LSU. I think it's 6-0 now facing elimination since it wasn't even a big name program. Who was it early? Like a Morgan State or someone. I can't even recall who it was initially. So, what a matchup. I only know this.
But you got the Chanticleers who are red hot.
They're the best team. They're better than LSU. They're the most complete team there. And I don't know this from watching. I know I've listened to a lot of the commentary from Kyle Peterson and others the last through a couple different spots. And apparently, they're both set up though. Like their pitching is set up. So it's a perfect test here. A lot of times you get in these tournaments, but because they've just zipped through the winner's bracket without losing, they're going to be in. They're perfectly timed to really determine who it will be. The thought, I guess, by most of them is that you don't not lose since March playing the gauntlet they've played and not be the best team.
Well, listen,
they played better teams than LSU, or as good as teams as LSU.
It's David versus Goliath on paper,
Sure.
but you're right, they're not David. So but program wise, it is. And I know Coastal's even won one, but it'll be fascinating. Anyway, we got to take a break. We're just getting rolling. Life is good. It's Thursday in Jacksonville, FLA. It's summertime. This is the drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Downtime with Dan is serviced by the local family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
As I saw the Lakers get sold for $10 billion, this thought crossed my mind, and then we'll discuss it later in the program, but just thinking about it out loud, and I don't know why college teams don't do this. If I was the Florida Gator football team, I'd bring in private equity. I'd let them run it. I'd name an owner. Let those guys, have it let them purchase it for a couple billion, put that to the school, and then let the private equity company, be the owners of said program and let them do what they do. I mean, and let them, listen, somebody's going to do it. Somebody's going to do it in college football. Maybe they already have. Maybe I'm behind the 8 ball on this one, but it sure seems like it makes sense as money gets out of control in that sport. But $10 billion for the LA Lakers. Wow.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Catch the draft and accelerate to the checkered flag.
Who's going to win at Pocono?
This Sunday at Pocono Raceway. Powered by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234 and 1010XL.
Pickett here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bow9 Associates. You see, Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses, refractive lens exchange, and classic LASIK. Designed to fit your life. Picture-perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now and get that free screening. That's right, I said free screening. They're Bow9 Associates, man. And they're keeping the First Coast focused.
Contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam.
I'm 1010XL's media mogul, Dan Hicken, and before the weekend hits, I break down what to watch and where to be. Catch Musings with the Media Mogul on YouTube and Facebook, provided by Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach.
Is your roof ready for hurricane season? When storms hit, you need more than just a roof. You need trust. Valor Roofing Company is veteran-owned and operated, serving all of Florida with integrity and quality craftsmanship. From minor repairs to full replacements, they'll treat your home like it's their own. Estimates are always free, and veterans receive a special discount on all roofing services. Visit ValorRoofingCo.com and protect your home with people who care. GAF certified license CCC 1334864.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dan Hicken with a game changer. I've tested the field, and Checkmate Coatings is my new go-to for durable, jaw-dropping floor coatings. Better play, better results.
I'm Brendan from Checkmate Coatings. Our precision coatings make your floors the MVP of any space.
Slam dunk your floors at CheckmateCoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you have told us about buying better quality diamonds, but is there any way to start with a smaller diamond and use it to trade up to a larger diamond later on?
Frank, it's interesting you'd ask that because our founder, H.F. Underwood, popularized growing your diamond here in Jacksonville about 50 years ago, and it's something we still do today. When a customer buys an Underwood engagement ring or solitaire diamond pendant or a pair of ear studs, we guarantee they get the price they paid for it on the purchase of any larger diamond. Now, a lot of stores would say, big deal. We do that too, but here's the Underwood difference. We guarantee you get what you paid when you trade in your Underwood diamond, even if you're trading up by only $1. It's not that you have to trade up 2 for 1 like most jewelers ask. There have been literally thousands of people in the Jacksonville area who have taken advantage of our policy, and Underwood still grows a lot of diamonds for a lot of people.
Underwood's serving excellence since 1928 in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Gang, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matty is, but we both want to know, have you done your last will? Man, Dan, I don't know why you bring that up. That's depressing. No, it's not. Something you got to take care of, something you want to do because you work hard for your money. You want to get the money to the people that you choose. Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Right? You want to have as much money as you can for your loved ones. Matt Hinson will listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He'll provide you info needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. Real easy to get a hold of Matty. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
It's a battle for the playoffs as your Sharks take on the first place Steamwheelers. Catch all the action this Saturday, June 21st at 7. Discover the thrill of indoor football. It's fast-paced, action-packed, and full of family fun. Try the new 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card for only $100. Get tickets at jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700.
Prosser here. Come cheer on the Sharks as they circle a playoff bid. It's Star Wars night presented by HCA Florida Healthcare. Dress up in your favorite costume. Get photos with your favorite Star Wars characters before the game. The first 1,000 kids get a free lightsaber. Join us on the field after the game for a free autograph session and special jersey auction. Tickets start at just $15. Call 904-621-0700. That's 904-621-0700. Sharks football, where memories are made.
Go Sharks!
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. And now, let's light up the Firehouse Subs 10-minute drill.
Hit it! All right, we got sports concepts, sports rationalizations. It's called the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we like to hand out a prize pack. He says no. Hick, it's razzle dazzle. Emmanuel, what are you handing out today, sir?
On the 28th of June at the Florida Theater, Molly Hatchet will be live in concert, and I got tickets.
I've been down the road, and I'm flirting with disaster.
Tickets on sale now at floridatheater.com, but one lucky winner will win a pair of tickets at the end of the 10-minute drill.
Thank you very much. We'll do that at the end of the drill. The end of the drill is when we shall do that, ladies and gentlemen. Did you see the Bus family got $10 billion? $10 billion.
That's kind of a mic drop against everyone who screams at the clouds that no one watches the NBA or cares about the NBA. I just think the measurement system of, sports is done. We don't watch, long form 2-hour programs have been replaced by 48-second clips. But, the awareness of the league probably hasn't suffered as much as the TV ratings have. I say that because I see it's going to be the second lowest TV rated. That's probably not we've talked about this before. That's probably not the measurement anymore. I don't know what it is. I don't know what all factors you use through social media engagement and otherwise, but I just think more and more sports fans and fans that in 20 years are going to know stats and the best players and the MVPs. I just think they digest their sports now in a lot shorter segments than a 2.5-hour investment.
Do you know who Jeannie Buss's husband is?
Yeah, it's Jay Moore.
Yeah, it's weird.
Odd pairing. I didn't know they got married.
Odd pairing.
Jay Moore hit it rich, huh?
Oh, my gosh.
What happened to that $10 billion? Man, you want to talk about two, they're going to be bebopping around. In the next 15 years, those two are going to be going, son.
Crazy kids.
Oh, man. Jay Moore's like, how did I fall into this, bro?
Man. What a home run for Jay Moore.
Jay Moore's was a B-lister.
Do you know who Jay Moore is?
I don't.
Yeah.
He's sort of a...
He's a B. I mean, he's not terrible at anything. He was a comedian, and then he was an actor. SNL.
He was here for the Super Bowl.
He had a sports show, though, for a while. He got into sports talk after being a Hollywood actor.
Okay.
Or while he was.
He was here for the Super Bowl. And during Super Bowl week, man, we covered everything. So we were at this event. He was at an event. And we said, it was like a live bump or something on TV, live local television. I go, that's Jay Moore, Hollywood, a comedian, and blah, blah, blah. Let's listen in. And he's just swearing up a storm. Abort! That I remember with Jay Moore.
Yeah, that sounds like a Hollywood Super Bowl party.
So this has gone viral. I'll mention it just because it's timely with families. But you see the dad. So the dad takes his... I think it was 2 kids to Disneyland in California. Okay.
I saw this, the breakfast.
Yeah, and he does the Princess Breakfast, which is nice. The Princess Breakfast is a nice little event. And so he gets the bill, and he took a picture of the bill, and it was $950 if you count the tip.
Oof. I can't. I almost can't
now,
feel
listen,
sorry.
It was. Again, it's not.
You can afford it.
The food was good. The food was good.
He can afford. I don't know if it was a flex or a commiseration. I don't know.
I think it was a commiseration.
I think it was a flex.
Okay.
I mean, if you tipped $150 on a $950 breakfast, don't tell me it's too expensive for you or you're amazed. You sat down and ordered for your children lobster rolls and a breakfast of $140. So it's not like they went to Denny's and got hit with a grand slam for $112.
Yeah, I got to slide with Jeff.
I'm going with the flavor under the guise of commiseration.
I mean, you get the Mickey waffle, with the ears.
Right, that's enough.
Yeah, a little cinnamon on it.
$12.95. We're good to go.
Oh, how much is the syrup? Yeah, no, we're going to eat it dry.
Yeah. $937.65. Princess Breakfast at Disneyland. Almost spit out my coffee is what he said, but he did tip $150. But he did say it was a great experience and blah blah blah. So maybe it was a little bit of a flex by him. Prices start at $142 a guest, both for adults and children. I guess children don't get to eat free there, huh? Somebody said for $1,000, Cinderella better be doing the dishes. You know what I'm saying? It ain't cheap. So anyway, a lot of money spent, and I thought that was interesting. But again, this just goes with what we live every day here in America with all of us, and we say this all the time. Everything's expensive. Doesn't matter what you buy, what you do, whatever it is, it's all expensive, man. It's all expensive. So it is what it is going forward right now. So anyway, but I thought that was interesting.
All right, we've got Doc Kevin Murphy coming up. The text line needs needs to check your Met pulse. Last night's kind of easy to. I mean, not easy. You know what I'm saying?
I did. Well, let me tell you that. I will tell you my Met pulse.
Okay, good.
First time this year, I said, I'm taking the night off.
Okay.
I'm not in the mood. I'm watching a movie with my wife.
Wow. Shocking.
I'm not watching the game. I don't want to.
You saved yourself some aggravation. You would have hated
my son aggravated me because
your catcher was dumb again.
I know.
Different catcher.
I told him. I mean, I saw the highlights.
Yeah.
I told my son that I was taking the night off. I'm out. I'm checking out tonight. I'm watching a movie, and he hits the group text and 3-0 already. I wasn't going to watch.
Trying to escape it.
I'm like, I don't need this. So anyway, I knew that we were down early, and that made it, I guess, a little bit easier.
Sale pitched good, so it was hard. You didn't hit him.
Well, and the thing is we got Sale, and then we got Strider today, and then we got Wheeler tomorrow. So that's when we've lost 4 in a row.
That's how it happens.
Tough 3-Bs.
Middle of the dog stretch.
Listen, we got to show a little heart here and show a little something. I'm disgusted with them.
I got you.
Disgusted with everybody with the organization right now, but I'm not Frank the Tank either.
I'm not. Well, and I'm not. Look, I'd rather win than lose, but whatever. If we were 2 games back, we would be going back and forth. If it mattered, and now there's nothing.
I thought
whatever. You're in a slump, and you're facing our 3 best pitchers.
Yeah,
we're not terrible.
I thought we I thought we had exorcised the demons of Atlanta, but apparently not.
Yeah. Well, that's your fault for claiming all off-season superiority.
We did. We had a better year.
Series.
That's all.
We had a higher record and a better seed, but that's not here nor there. Let's come back with Doc Murphy because I have questions about the Braves game last night. I do. I have a question.
Okay.
When we return. Next.
All right.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
Hey, those guys look pretty good.
Talking sports and some other stuff, too.
Are you kidding? They're doing every cliche in the book.
Weekday mornings.
I was just sticking my nose into a lot of stuff that's none of my business and coming up with some crazy ideas.
On 1010XL.
Just when you thought we couldn't bring you more, Keon Atlantic is here with a brand new store. We have the same great team to treat you well. With new savings during our grand opening sale. Keon Atlantic is here with the new store. Shop our best offers and largest selection yet. Save big during our grand opening sale. Is there something for everyone on our lot? You bet. If you're ready to experience something new, the all-new Keon Atlantic is ready for you. Your perfect ride is a visit away. Online at KeonAtlantic.com. Keon Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection.
Florida heat hitting like a heavyweight? Time to call in the champ. KO Electric and HVAC. We knock out the heat and power up your comfort. Fast, reliable, and undefeated in home service. KOElectricJacks.com. KOElectricJacks.com.
Give me those sauces, grab the chicken strips, let's dunk them in there. There's nothing like it. Hey, I'm Joey. And I'm Josh. And we're team members at our local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing you'll love about the Chick-fil-A chicken strips is dipping them in our sauces. My sauce is the barbecue sauce. If you wanted to add sweet, tangy flavors, there's nothing like it. I love the garden herb ranch sauce, but if you want a little bit more kick in the spicy side, you can mix it with buffalo sauce. Dipping them in our sauces, it is perfection.
It's the summer of Chick-fil-A chicken strips and sauces. Order now on the Chick-fil-A app. Team members paid for their testimonials.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
Jacksonville, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
I insist on complete honesty.
You can chime in anytime on the 1010XL text line.
Installed by Lifetime Flooring.
If you have something to say to me, I wish you would just say it.
Share your opinion.
Are you nuts? What?
641-1010.
That's crazy.
Spend an evening with heart. One night, 2 sets. A journey through the hits and timeless classics. June 24th, St. Augustine Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at AXS.com. Don't miss an evening with Heart live.
The SEC and the ACC will face off in Jacksonville at the 81st TaxSlayer Gator Bowl game December 27th at 7:30 p.m. Join us for Saturday Night Football in primetime at the bank. Preferred locations and pricing available now at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Frank Frangie here. I was talking to a buddy the other day. His HOA told him his old fence had to go. I said, man, call Coil Fencing. They've been around the block since 1927. Heck, they probably built half the fences in Jacksonville. They do it all. Tough chain link for security. Those fancy aluminum ones the HOA actually likes. Nearly a century of keeping yards safe and looking good. If you need a fence, call Coil. You can trust the folks at Coil. 904-356-4821 or visit CoilJacks.com. COYLE Jacks.com.
Need the right tools for the job without the full-time price tag? Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach is what you need when you need it. From heavy machinery for commercial projects to weekend projects at the house, we've got you covered. We've been serving Jacks for 50 years. Visit Tucker Equipment Rentals in Neptune Beach, just behind Aqua East Surf Shop, or call today. We also have event rentals too. Tucker Equipment Rentals. Tools you need without the price tag of purchasing.
Hi folks, Jason Parker here with Performance Painting.
Ever wonder what to do with leftover paint that you don't want? Here's a few options. Paint can be placed in the regular trash if it's dry. Simply stir in kitty litter to a thick consistency. Then wait a few days with the lid off till it dries. Also, if the paint is good, there's many charities or churches that would love to have it. If you'd like more tips or have a project, we'd love to help. Go to performance-painting.com. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
Performance painting.
Love is in the air at Beards Diamonds. Listen up, couples. It's a great offer. Hicken here from my friends at Beards Diamonds. Shop local, shop beards. Say hello to the Lupos when you go there. Look, buy one, get one free. What? Yeah, all wedding bands. That's right. You buy his, get hers free. Buy hers, get his free. Save up to $10,000. Are you about to get married? You've been married for years, thinking it's time for an upgrade? Beard's got them all, man. Hundreds and hundreds of bands, top designers right there for you to choose from. White gold, yellow gold, rose gold, titanium, platinum, plain bands, eternity bands, masculine bands, wide, modern, without diamonds. Your choice. Nobody has a bigger or better selection of wedding bands than Beards. So get to Beards now. Find the wedding band that reflects your style and your personality. Buy one, get the second free. Man, the big box corporate jewelry stores can or won't do this, but Beards can, and it's happening through June 23rd, so you better hurry. Buy one wedding band, get the second one free. Beards Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center. Shop local. Shop Beards.
If you're 35 to 75, you could get life insurance today. No medical exam needed. I'm Cody with Harborstone Financial. One call could protect your family for life. Call me today, 904-885-9566.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is solely based on opinion. Coming up, the weekly Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF, the Jacksonville Icemen, and Northeast Florida area high schools.
But don't you tell anybody that, Doc. No. You keep that between us. Dr. Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com, is in the house.
All right, Doc, I'm loaded today.
Bring it.
I'm sorry, Dan. I'm going to have to be
selfish.
Overbearing here. I am. I have some selfish questions. No, it's not that. It's that I will forget these good, pertinent questions that I had for Doc.
If you're making the segment better, I will gladly take a step back, head over to First Watch and grab an omelet during your segment.
Just bring me back something. I am going to, however, start with, like in the TV business, you usually use the kicker last, the lighthearted one. I'm actually going to use that one first because I find it to be the most valuable to the program. Doc, I'm watching a Major League Baseball highlight the other day. It's from Texas, a hot desert of a land there in Dallas, and the Texas Rangers are playing a baseball game, and their pitcher, Kumar Rocker, is on the mound, and he seems to be struggling a little bit. He's bothered by cramps, and just like any trainer would go out or any manager or assistant coach, and they go out and check on him, and they call the guy out, and they bring him out 3 shots of pickle juice, which he proceeds to do shots of pickle juice on the mound, and I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, if pickle juice cured people's cramps on the spot, wouldn't there be vats of pickle juice at every college and NFL stadium in the country? And I thought instead what they've just done is made their star pitcher swill back 3 shots of vinegar in 98-degree temperature. So question is, if you are having cramps and you do a shot of pickle juice, are you just like good to go?
Well, a lot of people believe in the pickle juice thing. I'll tell you. I do not.
Okay.
I think it's a hydration thing.
Okay.
So you need to be hydrated. So
beforehand is what we've always been told. It's like you can't do a Gatorade and be better. So why would a shot of pickle juice do it?
No, I don't know any science about pickle juice.
Okay.
But there's some people that swear by it for cramps.
Well, he did throw they were like shooters, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, these pickle juice left and right. I don't know if he stayed in I just saw the clip. I didn't
it's
do
an
the
odd
research
thing.
after that.
But yeah, the better way to do that is hydration ahead of time.
Yeah.
You know, it's
It's
interesting.
and if you're sweating for hours, you lose electrolytes. So not just water, you need to have replacement of the electrolytes.
I was wondering, is there something in the salt or something else in the pickle juice, not
There
just the
probably
the
is
brine?
something that I don't know of.
Yeah.
But it's just an odd thing.
I'm
You know, what's
proud of you for
interesting
not
is-
knowing anything about that.
Not only could you have him drink the pickle juice, but if he's developing a blister, he could put his hand in the pickle
They do
juice
that,
because they
too?
used to do that years ago. They put their hand in, like if they're getting a blister,
Yeah.
they used to put it in pickle brine.
And baseball players are pigs. They probably use the same for both.
And you can just drink it
Just
when you're
drink it
done.
When you're done.
Yeah, I don't like pickles either, so
Yeah.
maybe that's part of it.
You don't like this story at all. Yeah. Listen, we here are the He-Man, arm haters club. We think pitchers should be throwing 150 times every time they go out. And what is this soft world we live in? But at the same time, Doc, if you're a lanky left-hander and you've kind of battled injury off and on the last few years, in fact, when the team needed you most last year, you were suffering from a back injury that shut you down. You weren't able to pitch in the playoffs, and it's the middle of June, and you're on the mound, and they elect to leave you in to throw 119 pitches. Is that smart? Is it matter?
Well, if you're not having problems at that time, and it turns out well, everybody look at it and go, "Oh, no big deal." But beyond 100 pitches is a lot.
In today's day and age, it's not. Look, if it was 100 pitches for just like Spencer Schwellenbach the other night, or just a normal guy, but that's all. With Chris Sale, he's had a lot of injury issues in his career. So
it's a lot.
I found it to be a little bit odd.
Yeah,
it's typical. I would be frustrated if I felt it mattered.
Doc, I got one, and I learned from you on this one. Unfortunately, one of our pitchers was going to cover first base last week, our best pitcher, and he grabbed the back of his leg. I knew it was a hamstring immediately, and immediately I thought, okay, see you in 6 weeks, which will be middle of June. I'll see you Aug 1. They came out, and, you're doing an MRI. Yeah, okay, I know you're going to do an MRI, and I know he's got a hamstring injury. I don't care what grade it is, okay, unless it's, if it's severe, if it's ripped off the bone and it needs surgery. Oh, great news on Kodai. It's is it grade 1?
Grade 1 would be the least concerning.
It's a grade 1. They come out right away. It's grade 1. We're going to reevaluate in 10 days. I go, no, you're not. You might reevaluate, but let me tell you something. And then a couple days later, 5 weeks.
Well, that's smart, right? But we see this, and
but it's just, what are we doing?
Yeah, they're hard to come back from.
Yeah, I guess we just, and again, I would probably be guilty of it if we didn't do this segment with you. But you have drilled it into my head, 6 weeks for a bone to heal. I mean, I've learned a few things along the way.
I said earlier.
Now it sticks in my head. So every time I look at these idiots, my idiot co-idiots, who get the same, these guys get the same injuries, who write the same things, and we're always wrong. I just sit there in amazement.
It's funny you say that because
when they pull up lame like that, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Well, I said the same thing earlier, Dan. I said if there's any prestigious position that I had to fake it for 30 minutes, I think I could fake the initial consultation because we've learned so much through Doc. And I use this as an example. I know what the answer to this question is going to be, but Tyrese Halliburton is up in the air for tonight, and calf strain is the code word, but the real concern with the calf strain is the Achilles.
There you go.
And so that factors into any decision they make tonight. And so just, again, redefine for us, reconfigure the relationship between the calf strain and the Achilles and how you know the difference. And then I'll go ahead and ask you this, that you can include. The injury happened early in Game 5. And then he returned and he played 34 minutes. I don't know how you can, unless he did further damage, I'll let you speak to that. But it seems like at some point that would have shown up before, yesterday's designation. So there you go. All that is yours.
Yeah, so calf strain, if it is the gastroc muscle, the big, thick muscles of your calf, you can strain those for sure. You can tear a little tendon called the plantaris, which is a common thing to rip. It's more of an accessory thing, doesn't really have a whole lot of function, but it causes a lot of pain. Those are kind of high up in the calf. Down lower, where the calf goes into the Achilles, those muscles turn into the Achilles tendon. That's the problem area. So if it's a little lower, that's where you risk rupturing your Achilles. Now, if it's strained in your calf and you keep jumping, you're at higher risk for ripping your Achilles.
Yeah.
So there's no question that's an increased risk.
Do they not know he's got a strained Achilles when he first goes down in the game? Is he not, or did it was it not a strain at the time, and by the end of the game it was?
Yeah, maybe in the latter, but you still have to observe that. But he looked like he was holding low in the low at the calf, kind of where the calf muscle
When he
goes
first
into the
injured it,
Achilles. Yeah.
Now he was, shoot around. They just walk around and shoot set shots and whatnot. But says he's going to do everything he can to play. I mean, all you're doing, I guess, is guessing. But what?
Well, they've had an MRI, so he's had an MRI, and they know where it is, and if it's high up in the muscle, and he can push off adequately, they will probably let him go.
Okay.
If it's muscle tendon junction of the Achilles, that would be a really risky thing.
And they shouldn't.
They should shut him down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. With the NBA Finals and the home
it's
game
hard,
and everything else.
Imagine he rips his Achilles because you sent him back up.
And he's out for the year.
And he doesn't help you in the game that he rips the Achilles. So it's not even like if you could ask Tyrese Halliburton, you can win the NBA title, but you're going to tear your Achilles.
He'd take it.
But the problem is you can throw him out there in the first quarter, he rips his Achilles, you get no title, you get nothing but a long rehab.
He'd take it. He would, but he'd be a mistake because that can affect him forever.
Oh, yeah.
Long term, you may not have that same push off and speed.
Yeah.
This is one where, and we've talked about this many times, but this is one where, you got to value the doctor. And
the doctor has to be objective too.
Yes.
You have to blind yourself to, this is the the playoffs or the final. You have to be blind to that.
Right.
And blind to all the noise of, the coaches and whatnot, and the player saying he want him to play, and he wants to play. You have to be objective and do the right thing.
All right.
And the right thing is don't cause further harm.
Right.
For sure. Anything else?
No, just continue like we started. Forget the pickle brine, but hydrate if you're out there. It's hot.
And by the way, it will stay that way.
I was saying this the other day. I think it was Thursday. I think Tuesday. This is like I got back. It was like 11:30, and I was like, I'm gonna get some steps in. So off I went. I was cruising along, and I was yapping on the phone, didn't pay attention, and I went farther than I thought. And I turned around, I said, "Whew, I got a long way to go to get back. I'm thirsty." So I trudged it out back, but I was like, you got to pay attention to that stuff in the summertime.
Yeah, it sneaks up on you.
Yeah, it does. So, anything else?
I think we're good, boys.
Always good to see you, Dr. Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com. You know him, you love him. If you don't know him, you know somebody who knows him, and we appreciate him. This is The Drill on 1010XL.
See you next week, Doc.
Thank you, boys.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Joe C.
We all know this man, and he drinks beer.
Matt Hayes.
Someone's had my driver's license suspended.
And Leon Searcy.
Butt cheeks are tight.
XL Prime Time.
They do have a reputation as a wild bunch, don't they?
2 to 4 weekdays on 1010XL.
When it comes to towing products, your safety is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Ticket here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
Have you been diagnosed with moderate to severe opioid use disorder? You may qualify for a new clinical research study. Dr. Ferdinand Formoso is now enrolling participants to evaluate the effectiveness of a non-opioid medication treatment option for OUD. Qualified participants will receive study-related care at no cost and may be eligible for reimbursement of travel and accommodations. To qualify, applicants must be 18 to 65 years old, have been diagnosed with moderate to severe opioid use disorder, and have not been on medication to treat opioid use in the last 3 months. The study lasts up to 22 weeks, with weekly visits during treatment. If you're ready to explore a new path forward, visit OUDstudy.com for more details and qualifications. Take the first steps and visit OUDstudy.com. That's OUDstudy.com. OUDstudy.com.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Zero Res. They want to help you clean your home or business. Big summer savings with 3 rooms clean starting at $129 and 20% off your air duct cleaning. Call them 904-287-5727 and ask for the 1010XL special.
June is Men's Health Month. Be proactive towards your prostate, ED, low T, even kidney stones with Ackerman Urology. Offices in Mandarin, Middleburg, the Beaches, and World Golf Village. Trust the men's health experts at AckermanUrology.com.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, wants to make your flight in and out of Jax a fun one. Stop by Vino Volo in the airport and enjoy 2 signature brackish cocktails. Vino Volo has amazing food and cocktails before your flight. Brackish Vodka is the first clean craft vodka and made right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Brackish Vodka for whatever your sport is. If your sport is flying, your vodka is Brackish, proud partner of the Jaguars.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal. Pretty nice weather we're having, huh?
You think this is nice?
I mean, it's sunny, warm. We do live in Florida.
It's not all upside, Jason. Warm weather comes, so all the cool people hit the beach. My old air conditioner craps out, so it's 1,000 degrees inside, and I'm stuck on a video call in my underpants trying not to sweat through my...
Wait. Put these sunglasses on.
I'm not going to put on your... Whoa.
The air conditioning experts at Bueller Air and Plumbing can keep your home office cool and comfortable all summer long. You look good in your meeting, impress the big guy with your cool confidence, maybe finally make assistant deputy regional manager.
Wow, air conditioning can do that?
Life moves pretty fast. If you spend all summer worried the weather is going to be too nice, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
It's Mike Dempsey, and now's the time to get your roof hurricane ready with Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacks Beach. Look, our rainy season is no joke, and if your roof's got damage, leaks, or it's just plain worn out, don't wait. Apex is local, dependable, and will show up on time using only premium materials with ironclad warranties. No shortcuts, no stress, just quality work you can trust. Skip the storm season scramble. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacks Beach or visit apexroofingfl.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Hey, it's Frank Frangie. Look, when it comes to glass needs around the home, there's one name I trust, Lee and Kate's. It's local, family-owned, and they've been part of our community since 1926. They've taken great care of me over the years, and I know they'll do the same for you. Visit LeeandKatesGlass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Jaguar O-line coach Sean Sarrett is laying the foundation with battle-tested talent, aiming to build a front five that is as tough as it is versatile.
Patrick McCary, who comes in, he's been kind of like a glue guy. It doesn't matter. If a guy goes down, you're going to move him over, and he's not going to bat an eye. I can go play it.
Meanwhile, the Florida Gators flipped four-star corner C.J. Brana from Nebraska, beating out Florida State to land their second DB in the 2026 class. And in AAA action, Troy Johnston's 3-run bomb in the fifth lifted the Jumbo Shrimp to a 5-3 win over the Syracuse Mets, marking their 8th straight victory. The two will play again this evening. First pitch tonight is at 6:35. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 8 a.m. and it's 78 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, this is Grady. I just got some training from Doc.
Oh, no. This is dangerous.
I don't know. I don't feel like I'm ready yet, but I'm getting closer to being ready to perform my first surgery.
Okay, talk to me.
Doc has given me some training.
Huh?
Now, we were talking, and just how long it takes to become a surgeon is incredible. What you go through, and he has a son who is 34 and has done everything. I mean, and is just now getting ready to start. I mean, it's incredible stuff.
34 and going into his rookie year?
Yeah, going into his rookie year, basically. It's amazing. What an industry. But that should give us all peace of mind. That it takes that much time
That's
to,
correct. That's a great point. It's the same thing for those that go off to college for 6 years and those that just get into the workforce in one way or the other.
Ooh, I just saw the.
Yes, sir. Also, if you think about like these football players, for example, let's just say Trevor Lawrence. He's been playing football for how long?
Since he was a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's been playing since he was a kid and finally made it to that point whenever he got drafted.
I'm looking at the play where Arkansas, not last night, but the one against Oregon
Where he
State.
dropped it.
Yeah.
He just dropped it.
You saw it?
Well, no, I'm just going by what they
Against
said.
Oregon State?
Yeah, but you described before it fell in the Bermuda Triangle.
It did.
Oh, it did.
No,
fall.
it did.
So it wasn't a drop per se.
But like, it's popped up.
Yeah.
The pitcher's like this. He knows. The first baseman goes over. Second baseman runs, overruns it. Left fielder comes in, stops, and it bounces in between the three of them. And then you cut to the manager. And he's just like, oh, boy.
Last night was painful.
That was a tough loss.
I'm not real sentimental towards teams that I'm not involved in. You had to feel for Arkansas. It's just a collaboration. It just went from bad to worse to awful, and really the most egregious play was the very first one. They've got an all-star shortstop, a great player. Taylor made double play ball, and he went to third for the force for no reason. They would have the thing about that double play, Hick, each runner would have been out by 15 steps. Like there was no bang on either part of it. It was like a Taylor made a chopper right to chest level. Oh, man. Then the left fielder takes one off the schnoz. I don't know if it's the shoulder or the head. I mean, that was awful. And
that kid was sobbing.
If he could have dug a hole and buried himself in it right then, he would have. The whole team ran out to left field after the game. It was brutal, man. It was a brutal watch.
It's a brutal watch.
Yeah. It really, you don't have to be super sensitive.
No, I think
to feel for those guys.
it reminds you that, and they're kids,
That's right.
You forget.
College losses is hit different than pro losses.
Yeah.
That's just a fact, dude. So you can talk about NIL. Once you get between those, no one's thinking about NIL when it bounced off his shoulder. Not a single fan said, how much does that kid make?
Right.
It's just the raw emotion of the college season ending, for one, in college, in many cases, that's the last time you'll play at that level. So it adds that to it. But yeah, a devastating college loss, the tears outweigh, the same professional by 10 to 1, probably. Yeah. Celebrity comes with its perks. You know this.
Yes, I do.
But it also comes with, I think, what can be some unfairness.
Yes, I agree.
This morning is a perfect example.
Okay.
And I get why. No. I do. I don't necessarily think there's like a motive behind it. There's only so much space on the top headlines. At least I'm on ESPN. They may both be headlines on some of the others on, CBS or SI or wherever people go.
Okay.
But the top headline, if you go down on ESPN, you go to ESPN.com, the top headline, sources, bus family to sell Lakers, valued at $10 Second story in line, Browns rookie Sanders cited for driving 101 miles per hour.
Okay.
I think that's an important story because the speeding, and it just can't get through to athletes, right? We've had just so much devastation. Right. So it's bad judgment. It's not the end of the world.
It comes the day after, is it Henry Ruggs the one who went to jail?
That's right.
And it was the day after that?
Well, no, Henry.
But it was very recent.
No, but I'm saying Henry Ruggs was speaking.
Correct, yeah.
And I thought that was, and again, by all accounts, Henry Ruggs, not. God.
Okay.
Anyway.
Now, in and of itself, we could debate fairness or the hit that you take just because you're a celebrity with that speeding ticket. But that's not even what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that last night, late night, Zach Edey, do you know who that is?
Yeah, Zach Edey's the big fella. He had the same thing happen to him.
Like he always getting dunked on.
Well, Zach Edey is facing a misdemeanor charge of reckless driving after they stopped him driving 101 in a 55 mile per hour last night. My point is this. One is second headline, and you know all about it, and it's dangerous, and it should be reported. But it's the celebrity alone. Zach Edey's a first round pick, starter in the NBA. You got to search for that. I had to search for that one.
Well, if you go to NBA, it's there.
If it's NBA, that's correct. Now, I started this with, I'm on ESPN, and gosh knows if there's an agenda anywhere, they're carrying it. And I don't know if there is one in this particular, but I'm just saying that's the other side. So here's Shador, who's enjoyed all the spoils now, the Rolex watches and the videos and the marching through Colorado and being the man. But the humility continues. Right, from the draft day fall to the competition, and you're gonna, just the judgment. You're gonna take it harder here than say Zach Edey, who just did the same exact thing, at least in the court of public opinion. And the interesting thing, one is going 101 in a 60, the other's going 101 in a 55. It's literally the exact same transgression.
One of the things that's going around on social media a lot is the babies, and they take scenes and they recreate with the babies that look like the adults.
You know what's starting to annoy me about that?
What?
They need to do a better job of telling me who they are the baby version of.
Okay.
I'm starting to see them now where I don't know who the baby is, and that annoys me. I needed to say, okay, this is podcaster so-and-so, or this is actor so-and-so. There's too many of them now where I don't know what I'm dealing with. Okay, continue.
I saw one yesterday.
The Theo Von is the one that's everywhere. He's always in one.
What is that?
Is that his name? Theo Von? He's one of the baby faces. That's him.
But I got the Do You Want to Go to War Balaki skit.
Oh, with babies?
Babies.
Oh, man.
That was very good. And
I have to check that out.
I enjoyed it. And the baby of the teacher was very good. And it's funny.
It's funny. That is great.
I mean.
And I'm guessing this is just a.
D-nice. D-nice. I'm going to break my foot off in your.
Yeah, it would see. Yeah, because here's what's happening. And I guess you just run it through it's not like it's taking much work, is it, E?
I don't think so.
I'm assuming you just put the scene you want in, and then it does all the work.
Does all the work.
Yeah.
Those are funny, though. And if you find and it's just going to get funnier because we're going to step into the scenes that are going to be especially funny with babies saying them.
What was funny about it was my wife sent it to me, and I looked at her and I told her, that's and she had never seen
the original.
So I made her go back and look at the original, which she just was howling at, laughing, and it's kind of funny stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, I saw that. That was good.
Did you see that if the Oklahoma City Thunder can finish things off tonight, they'll be the second youngest NBA champion. Like the average age of their roster will be the second youngest ever. Not necessarily comforting for the rest of the league.
No.
I mean, you won 68 games this year. If you win the finals in 6, you would have done it without facing.
Now, they would win 84 games and only one of 4 teams to ever do that.
And do it with a roster this young. Now, I will say, it's worth mentioning that the previous youngest roster only won 1.
Portland.
Yeah, and that was Bill Russell-led Portland team.
Bill Walton.
Bill Walton, yeah. Bill Walton led a Portland team, and ultimately, ironically, he'd end up as a teammate of Bill Russell in Boston later on. And Walton won other titles.
No.
Not Bill Russell, Walter. You got me all confused. He went to his organization.
Yes.
Ended up with the Celtics.
Yes. Never played with him.
Yeah, I quit. Yeah, obviously. I mean, Bill Russell had already stopped coaching by the time Bill Walton went there. I know it's not Bill Russell. Yeah.
Like manna falling from the sky.
That's great. He joined a friend of the program, Bill Walton.
The late, great Bill Walton.
A couple of times, I think.
Yes. Good dude and funny guy. I saw this is not good. I saw the NFL released the ESPN did an NFL all-quarter century team, 53-man roster coaches.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I was curious, and so I was like Whiskers, and I was like, okay, what Jags are on there?
Yeah, there's and I don't think there's any. I mean, the only one that would have any argument is our Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're being honest,
he wouldn't be on it.
Oh, that's been more than 25.
Yeah, he's 90s.
Oh, it has to be since 2000.
Yeah.
I got you.
That's it. NFL all quarter century team. So
Okay, well, maybe I speak out of turn. Maybe one of our exemplary players gets at least some mention.
What struck with me, and again,
doesn't feel like it though.
If you want to talk quarterbacks, it's Brady, Manning, and Mahomes.
Easy
with Rodgers and Breeze on the practice squad.
Yeah, there's those three.
Wow.
Although
running back was interesting because one running back you would never get, but we mentioned him yesterday, and he told us he did it twice, and so it makes sense, and that's Priest Holmes.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry are the three. But he's got LaDainian Tomlinson on the practice squad. I think
that's
LaDainian
crazy.
over Priest, with all due respect.
Yep.
And you should. Everyone would.
Uh-huh.
I mean, because you know what? This isn't a column of who would you take in the last 25 years for a game or a season. This is the best over that
It says
time.
none can match the 3-year period that Holmes had from 01 to 03 in the advanced DYAR metrics
That's
for total
nice.
value. These seasons ranked 15th, 2nd, and 3rd among all running backs since 1978, respectively.
Got another entry for This List Sucks.
Yep.
Here's why.
Yep.
If you are offering a football opinion that Priest Holmes is a better football player than LaDainian Tomlinson,
but maybe they're not.
How can I trust anything at all that you're telling me? That is ludicrous.
Okay, well, here's a good one. The tight ends are Gronk, Kelsey, and Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah,
But
Gates on
is
the
left
bench.
off.
But Gates is on the bench.
But in some cases, you got. I guess Gates and who were that? Was Sharp the other one? Who'd you say who they were? They?
No, it was
Kelsey and Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. That's
very good. But the one that stuck out to me, and in a negative way, because I'm looking at the defensive tackles. I got Aaron Donald, no argument there. I got Chris Jones, no argument there. And the third guy, Calais freaking Campbell. And here's what bugs me. So I looked, I said, yeah, great player, Jags. 2019 is last year. It's 2025. He's still playing. Think he could have helped us?
Oh, we've known that all along.
Well, every time I get reminded, I get ticked.
Yeah, that's
Why
fair.
did we let him go?
I don't know.
He was old.
And then we had him back again and let him off the hook. The first time around when he was still good.
Why did we let him go?
No, I had no idea. No
He's
idea.
now look, 17 years and counting.
That's amazing.
Remember how?
Is he going to play his way into the Hall through the longevity?
Close. He's one sack shy of passing Aaron Donald's career total.
Okay.
His
for
total,
real?
Yeah, his total EPA ranks 4th among all players, 1st among interior defense. He's going to be one of those that they debate.
Yeah.
Campbell's moved around a lot over his career, but he played the 3 technique for this team. That's the position he has played the most since NFL. He's playing again this year.
Yeah, for the back to the Cardinals.
He's up to 110 and a half sacks, 18 forced fumbles, 3-time All-Pro, Defensive Player of the Year. And we let him go in 19. After 19.
It doesn't. To the point, Hick, that he doesn't
20,
feel
21,
as much
22,
like a Jaguar
23,
as he should.
Right.
His best years were here.
Yes.
His best years were in Jacksonville, but he doesn't feel like a Jaguar to me like some of the other names.
Correct. Yep.
It's just disappointing. It's dumb, and it's just that's the kind of stupidity we can't have anymore. And I don't think we will.
No,
but
but you're right.
Calais Campbell.
fair.
I can remember sitting there talking to the guy in the locker room, and I didn't do a story on it, but it was fascinating as to how much money and what he did to take care of his body. He knew back then he wanted to play, and he also knew he was not young. But he's the guy who sleeps in the hyperbaric chamber. He's the guy who gets the work done. He's the guy who pays attention to nutrition, probably has a personal chef. He probably invests.
There's a lot of guys on this list, by the way, that did do all that. The quarterback who's going to jump to front.
He probably invests, $250,000 to $500,000 a year. Well worth the investment because it has now allowed him to last an extra
and add millions and millions and millions in production and Hall of Fame legitimacy. So,
but
couldn't meet a nicer guy and the deepest baritone voice I maybe have ever come across.
Great leader on the team, and if they just had followed him,
and kept him through all this.
Yeah. The other one,
although they were just at a point there where they bottomed out and were letting everyone go is any good. But that's bad football management.
All righty, you're good at this. Give me the 5 corners.
The 5 corners is going to be Charles Woodson.
Oh dear.
Oh, no,
that's too early.
Dang.
That's too early. Buddy.
Darrell Revis.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I want to say Champ Bailey.
Thank you.
Dion. Is that too early?
Too early.
Dang, no.
Too late. Darrell Revis, Champ Bailey, Rondé Barber.
Oh, see, I wouldn't have got that.
Yeah, I forget that one.
Richard Sherman.
Yeah,
which
Sherman.
is you should get that. That's disgraceful.
Notice who's on the bench.
Another one.
Oh, Pat Peterson. Oh, yeah, he definitely on there.
Who's our practice squatter?
All right. You said the big
Was Sherman that good? Is he as good as those others, or
yeah.
he's part of that defense that helped?
37 picks.
37.
He went,
Five-time All-Pro.
Those guys, this is not those guys. It all blended together for me as a non-Seahawk fan. So I can't differentiate between Chancellor and the who was the safety?
Earl Thomas.
Yeah, Earl Thomas.
Earl. Our practice squatter's Jalen Ramsey.
Good.
He's asked for a trade from the All-Century team.
Enjoy that. Enjoy that, people. By the way, you can't crack that 25-year team. You're not first ballot Hall of Famer there, tough guy.
Who are the who are the safeties? You should get these two.
That's going to be Troy Polamalu.
Yep. Who's
Ed Reed.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah. Thank you. Two more.
What about Earl Thomas?
Yep.
Okay.
Practice squad Charles Woodson, by the way.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But my guy is on it.
Your guy?
Yeah.
Brian Dawkins?
Brian Dawkins.
Okay.
Jacksonville's own.
Makes sense. Hall of Famer. If they've gone to the Hall of Fame in this last, 5 years, and that's their sweet spot.
22 and a half sacks, 29 forced fumbles, 25 picks, 5-time All-Pro.
He's a lot like he and Edgar.
a hitter.
He and Edgar's game. Edgar was not Leroy. I mean, Leroy wasn't the hitter that Brian was, but their versatility they shared. They could both get to the quarterback. They both made plays.
Stats too,
they both had
right?
stats. That's right.
They had stats. So anyway, who's the return guy? E?
The return guy is probably it could be a handful of people. It's easy.
Yeah, there's only one dude they put in the Hall of Fame for returning.
Oh, Devin.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I was thinking because Cordero Patterson, doesn't he have a lot of returns? Also?
Practice squad, very good. E.
Okay.
Who's our special teamer? E. You should know this one.
Oh, that's
There's only one.
Is it the guy who just got in trouble?
No, it's Slater. It's Matthew Slater.
Very good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Now, neither of you will get the long snapper, nor should you.
Nah.
Yeah.
No chance.
Where's he from? Patriots. Colts.
Ravens from 10 to 20, Titans from 21 to now. Morgan Cox. Never
heard of him.
Belly's the coach. Who's the OC?
Andy Reid?
No, he's already in the. He's got to be an. He's got to be an
Belly's the head
offensive
coach.
coordinator. Okay, it's got to be a coordinator who then graduated to being. But he's got to be a coordinator for a while if you're going to be the OC. How about man? Was he an OC who became a head coach?
You hate him.
That's such a. It's
is it?
It's scary.
Yes.
Out in San Fran?
Yes.
Yeah, it's scary. Oh, yeah, Shanahan.
Shanny.
Yeah. It's scary that when you say that, it's such a wide field that I can't narrow it real quick.
I saw a video of Shanny, though, yesterday, and this is one reason why he's a good coach. I'll give him credit, but he's in the Super Bowl, right? He's on the sideline. And the
Niners Super Bowl?
Yeah. Side judge is right next to him. He goes, watch 85. He's going to go in and out, and that guy's going to hold him. He went in, he went out, and guys got him wrapped. Shoop, flag goes.
Yeah. I bet you that happens a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He told him. He said, hey, watch.
I almost think there should be a buffer that you shouldn't be allowed to talk to the officials. I think it just corrodes it both ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's great when you alert them, but then when it happens to you and they've alerted, you can't figure it out. I have a question. I'm surprised this hasn't come up yet. I've been holding on to this one. I can't wait to get Dan's reaction, ET, when we come back on the other side to a headline, to a newsmaker that I saw yesterday. Has nothing to do with the Mets Braves, so don't be getting so sneaky suspicious like that. But I expect some harsh commentary from you on a piece of news that I know you're aware of. I guess it's too painful for you to address without being prodded by me. So we'll do that when we come back.
Wow, this is
aren't
exciting.
you looking forward to that?
No. This is the drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, serving cool sports takes all summer long.
What's that haunting aroma? I'll have one of those. So light.
Your place for sports talk refreshment.
Could we order first?
1010XL, your summer station.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Always facing interesting economic times, right? And especially in this day and age, man, the Dow shoots up, shoots down. Now it's stabilized, looks good, but we had those tariffs and all that junk. I didn't know what to do. That's why I stay the course. I rely on my guys, and I'm smart that way because I go to my guys at ITP Partners. The experience, the expertise, the knowledge. Man, oh man, do they do a great job. And they're there for you, man. It's Chris Bryan and Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright and Dan Abel. It's Reed Wingate and Janice Cobb. Terrific folks. Appreciate them all so very much. And listen, they'll sit there down. They'll sit with you. They'll meet with you. They'll answer questions with you. They'll build strategies for you where your goals become their priority. My goals are different than my son Drew's, right? My daughter Danielle works with ITP Partners now. I got the family. I got friends. I tell everybody I know, go to ITP Partners, and they're smart to do it, and they appreciate it. You can get started, too. All you got to do is go to Chris at ITPPartners.com, Chris at ITPPartners.com, or call 312-9751, 312-9751.
It's the event everyone waits for. Now at Beard's Diamonds. Buy one, get one free on all wedding bands. Now for a limited time, when you buy his wedding band, get hers free. Buy hers, get his free. Save up to $10,000. Are you about to get married or been married for years thinking it's time for an upgrade? There's nothing that symbolizes your love more than the wedding band. Beard's has hundreds and hundreds of bands from top designers in white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, titanium, platinum, plain bands, channel set bands, pave set, eternity bands. And for men, masculine bands, wide, modern, with and without diamonds, hammered, brushed, engraved, lots of colors. Come to Beard's now and find the wedding band that reflects your style and your personality. Buy one, get the second one free. The big box corporate jewelry stores can't or won't do this, but Beard's can. And it's happening now through June 23rd. Buy one wedding band, get the second one free. Don't miss this opportunity to celebrate your eternal love with the eternal symbol, Beard's Diamonds, at St. John's Town Center.
Prosser here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. We live in Florida. Seasons change between noon and midnight. Gotta make sure you're comfy, and you can do it with the leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, or hospitality projects. That's Lloyd's Heating and Air. Top-tier residential service, you bet. No gimmicks, no mascots, just real expertise and hard work. As your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team, Lloyd's, the only name Northeast Florida needs. Visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
Jacksonville, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Mia O'Brien.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
On Helmets and Heels, noon to 2.
I swear to you, I know her.
Then there's the 1010XL video and social media channels.
I would know her voice anywhere.
All Things Mia is driven by Arlington Toyota.
On 1010XL.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Yo, Jacksonville, Hickens Hype, Checkmate Coatings crushes it with floors I'd put in my own pad.
I'm Brendan with Checkmate Coatings. We coat it all. Garages, pool decks, driveways, and patios. Be the envy of your neighbors.
Rush to CheckmateCoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my success with back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Is your roof ready for hurricane season? When storms hit, you need more than just a roof. You need trust. Valor Roofing Company is veteran-owned and operated, serving all of Florida with integrity and quality craftsmanship. From minor repairs to full replacements, they'll treat your home like it's their own. Estimates are always free, and veterans receive a special discount on all roofing services. Visit ValorRoofingCo.com and protect your home with people who care. GAF certified license CCC 1334864.
Big Chief Tire is coming to Mandarin. Lauren Brooks here. Join Big Chief Tire for their grand opening event on Friday, June 27th from noon until 5 p.m. for games, food, and fun. The Frangie Show will broadcast live, and Big Chief Tire is giving away 4 sets of new tires. Big Chief has served the Jacksonville community with locally owned auto services you can trust since 1961. From new tires to brake repairs, oil changes, and more. Stop by at 10 to 11 San Jose Boulevard in Mandarin or visit WeKeepJacksonville.com to schedule an appointment today.
Mia here for Closets by Design. It's been a few months since they built my custom closet, and you know how much I love it. My family is obsessed. With summer here, why not finally create that custom garage workspace you and your dad want? Think tool storage, workbenches, a place for everything to go. Closets by Design creates custom solutions for every space, lifestyle, and budget. That includes all you guys. Call to schedule your free in-home consultation and receive 40% off plus an additional 15% off. ClosetsByDesign.com.
David here with Royal Pest Services. Man, don't let your yard be torn up by that heavy aeration machine this spring. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to learn more about our granular aeration, broadcast throughout the tree and shrubs to break up that compacted soil. Visit RoyalPestServices.com.
If someone you love needs a pick-me-up, then it's time to get serious about it and send them a Kuhn floral arrangement. JJ here with Sensen XL. You'll be assured of a quality delivery, that's for sure. Log on and order online at KuhnFlowers.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
The civics class that took place during the break would have kids would be failing all over America in the school system. I'll just say that. All right. Surprised you. You know what? I needed to vet this just one step further. And again, you guys got me talking. All right, hold on here. I got you. I'm surprised that you haven't brought this up yet. But I assume it's just.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Did you see who was one of the on-course reporters at the Travelers?
Oh, Schneppner.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, what are we doing?
What are we doing, man?
Adam Schneckner.
Wait a kid. Hey, ESPN is killing the sports journalism industry.
Yeah.
I mean, what? You talk about dumbing it down?
Well, he tried basketball for a while, remember?
There's no trying.
Yeah.
It's a golf tournament. Yeah. The golf audience, the golfers, people from the golf world that have been doing that job deserve to be out on the course for that. We all deserve that. Yeah. Not a Gray.
No.
Adam Schefter is and he's a great NFL guy. Leave him there. Yeah. You dumb down the industry by saying anybody can do anything. Mm-hmm. There's no specialty here. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows anything anyway.
Yeah.
I just thought it was repulsive, bro.
Well,
you want to put him on a college football game, that's fine. Or you're going to have a special cross promotion and then you say it's a bit. I mean, I got Matt Every that can golf analyze circles around Schefter and bury him. Mm-hmm. And where's he today? I don't know. Maybe he's up there working today, Matty. But that's ridiculous that Adam Schefter is the on-course golf reporter like Bones Mackay or someone.
Bones.
It's a joke, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm glad I gave you the opportunity to vent on that.
Yeah, thank you. The Gators got another commit yesterday.
I saw that
cornerback. He picked Florida. Billy's hot. He's cooking here in June. He's got him up from 55 to like 13, depending on what site you look at. He's gotten like 11 kids. This is how he does things. It's going, it's going along just fine. So another good get for them, I guess. I don't know. I don't know much about him, but I saw that. I also saw, as we transitioned to a basketball school, that the Gators have a pretty good schedule.
Oh,
basketball was released.
They put the SEC opponents.
The home games are all the big boys, it seems like.
Yeah, because it's not the old SEC where you play everyone twice. You play some teams twice, but
they
some
went right back to home and home with Kentucky.
Well,
Which was only
I will
1
give
year.
the SEC credit in their they schedule basketball right.
Yeah.
They take teams where they are right now and they match them up, and then if it changes, like Florida fell out of the Kentucky.
Yeah.
Every twice a year.
Their
And
3 home and aways are Georgia, Kentucky, and South Carolina.
That's a good draw.
Home only. You
Tennessee.
get Alabama at home. You get Arkansas at home. You get Auburn at home. You get Tennessee at home.
Wow.
That's great. So those are
when they play. And by the way, they played all of them on the road last year.
Yeah.
So that's not unfair. They
Yeah.
played Auburn on the road. They played Bama on the road. They played Tennessee on the road.
so they got a real opportunity. in
They
the
also had a
SEC.
home game with Tennessee last year
Their
too.
away games are Ole Miss, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, Texas A&M, and Vanderbilt.
Wow.
So that's very favorable.
That looks like another 14-4.
Yeah,
That's what that looks
wow.
like. It looks like SEC champion kind of. They have a really good team.
Yeah,
I saw he was super impressed with how ready the freshmen have come.
that's even better.
You got 2 top 40 freshmen that are also joining the transfers and the returnees. And look, this isn't some astute Dr. Hoops here. Go to any of the national reporters on college basketball. They know what Florida's offseason did. It repositioned them as a legitimate.
Their non-conference schedule, again, Arizona and Vegas, UConn at the Garden. They're in a Thanksgiving tournament featuring Providence, TCU, and Wisconsin. Road game at Duke for the ACC, SEC, and then the annual rivalry game hosting FSU and Miami here in Jacksonville. So really
Be interested to see. I bet that'll be a full house here. I bet you that'll be a sellout, that Miami-Florida basketball game. What's the date?
I saw something, and I'm not sure. Can you give me the date on that?
That's what I need. Yeah, hold on.
Because I'm wondering, it might be.
If there's a conflict, I take it
unfortunately,
off.
It might be a Jaguar Sunday in November, which would be tough.
Why would they do that?
Well, I mean, it's because I'm sure it's the only date available.
You know why? Because it's a TV show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go. Final. It's close. Does it have a date on the schedule you're looking at, or just has the opponent?
No,
because this says they're finalizing the matchup. It doesn't say that it's a.
I thought it said.
Yeah, they're saying that their 2 programs are eyeing Sunday, November 16th.
Okay, well, there you go.
Is that a Jaguar game?
Sure it is. It's
Well, I mean, is that
Sunday.
I'm saying, is that a home game? Or you're just saying just competing with Jaguar fan in general?
That alone, but I do think it's a home game. I'd have to check. So if that's the case, then that's a little bit unfortunate. But
Well, maybe they will rethink it because it's not for sure. I mean, it's not completely agreed upon yet. The Canes they're waiting on Miami to agree.
Yeah.
Because I will say this: I would rather them not play. If Florida basketball gets to be exposed to Jacksonville, I would rather it be on a Monday or Tuesday night. I don't want it to be. That defeats the purpose.
I don't know. It just depends what
We
time.
wouldn't go. I wouldn't.
No, I mean, I'm working.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. But, it is what it is. Anyway, but with that said, I think Florida basketball has a great chance to be very good. But when you ask me, can they repeat? I don't know. I mean, I go back to last year, what we watched and how difficult it was just to, and how fortunate this team was and how clutch this team had to be
100%.
to win a natty.
The key word there is can. Often,
yes.
Often you can't even put the word can in the sentence. So
Correct.
that's what makes you legit.
Yeah, and that's a tip of the cap to Golden, who
For sure.
retooled his roster beautifully. He
showed it right.
Condon and Houck decided to come back. I mean, he got a terrific front line. The guard plays great. But again, Walter Clayton Jr. had a year of infamy.
Yeah.
A year of infamy that maybe the greatest year in Gator basketball history by an individual player.
No, well, it is. The only All-American. He won a natty. He won the MOP. He
But
did it all.
I just think the clutchness of him.
For sure. I'm also now seeing Elijah Martin projected as a second-round pick.
Really?
Yeah, as a kind of a physical guard. The mock draft I saw, the most recent, had the Magic taking him, in fact. So that'd be good for the
I've seen the Magic.
Gator
I've seen
Magic.
the Celtics. I've seen,
Celtics for Clayton I've seen. Magic for Clayton I've seen. I saw the Hawks for Clayton with one. November 16th is a 1 o'clock kick at home here against the Chargers. So, yeah, that would definitely
that'll be tough.
Separate the focus a little bit. Or maybe you would go to both. Maybe actually, I wouldn't be working game day so much. I mean, I'd be at the game. I could, if it's like a 1 and a 5, just go beam boom. You're already parked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick time out on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. You are listening to The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
So many golf courses. So much sunshine.
Blue skies, fresh cut grass, birds chirping.
1010XL.
Hey, John, have you seen the exciting 2025 lineup at Randy Marion Cadillac?
They've got the Lyric, IQ, Optique, and the stunning Vistique. It's a Cadillac lover's dream.
And the best part, over 100 new Cadillacs are in stock and ready for you to drive home today.
Plus, it's the perfect time to trade in your Tesla and experience luxury and performance like never before.
Visit us today at Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville.
Don't miss out on these incredible vehicles. Your new Cadillac awaits.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Hey, I can hear from my friends at Zero Res. I love the cleaning freaks. I love when the cleaning freaks come out to you in my house. I love when my house, after the cleaning freaks are gone, I mean, it looks better. It smells better. It feels better. It's Zero Res, man. And they can handle any of your surfaces, man. Carpets, tile, grout, hardwood, laminate, stone, upholstery, rugs, air ducts. They can do it all. If you don't believe me, just check out their Google ratings. They got more than 8,000 reviews. They got a 4.9 rating out of a possible 5. So can't do any better than that. Big summer savings. 3 rooms of carpet clean right now. Starting at $129. 3 rooms of carpet starting at $129. Take 20% off our air duct cleaning as well. Here's what you do. You visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. ZeroResJacksonville.com or call 287-5727, 287-5727. Ask for the 1010XL special. Zero Res, man. Spelling forwards or backwards. It spells the same. Zero Res.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway for all your outdoor living needs. Let them show you how a durable paver driveway can enhance your home. Visit stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On June 19, 2016, the Cleveland Cavaliers win their first title after beating the Golden State Warriors in Game 7, the first team to overcome a 3-1 deficit.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, 2 locations in Jacksonville.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband and wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at goosehead.com.
Reclaim a pain-free life with Rebound Rehab. If you've been injured or simply feeling the effects of an active life, you can rely on Rebound Rehabilitation to get you back in the game. Sitting on the sidelines isn't any fun. Trust Rebound Rehab's team of trained physical therapists to get you back up to speed and feeling full again. Now more convenient than ever. 11 locations to serve you, including new offices in Riverside across from St. Vincent's, Point Meadows, and Middleburg. Just log on to reboundrehab.com to see all they've got to offer.
Yo, what's happening, folks? It's your main man, E.T. here, and it's time to make those summer break plans. And guess what? Clay County is calling. From paddleboarding on Doctor's Lake to really in the big one on Black Creek or cruising the St. Johns River, there's no better place to dive into warm weather fun. Enjoy live music, local festivals, food trucks, and fireworks lighting up the night. Discover scenic parks, hidden trails, and must-visit locations. Your summer adventure starts here. Visit exploreclay.com.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Leon Cercer here. There's a little bit less of the big fella right now, thanks to physician-guided weight loss. I'm down 15 pounds in just 2 months. Already feeling better than I have in years. And with no side effects using their GLP-1 prescription. Gotta admit, it's pretty easy. And right now, you can get the first month at just $90 with a visit, the meds, and the 3D body scan. Don't wait to bring sexy back. Get started now with physician-guided weight loss at pgweightloss.com.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back to the program. Our Dream Finders Homes poll question. We asked you earlier, what Major League sport besides the NFL do you think Jacksonville would support the best? Most of you, over 600 votes, say baseball, but hockey second. It would be interesting to see what would work in this town. You know, Buffalo has 2 Major League sports teams, and it works there. The Bills and the Sabres are both very popular. They both sell out. It's doable.
What's the population of Buffalo? More than Jacksonville?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
No. But football is king in the United States, and hockey is big up there. So I think that's why it works there.
Yes, and yes.
Well, and there's also this. In the Northeast, in the North, in the winter, those indoor sports are popular because you can't be outdoors. It's freaking 5 degrees, man. Mm-hmm. You get in your car, you put on your, and you get down to an arena and you have a nice night out and you forget about the dreary, gray.
The city of Buffalo, New York, has a population of 278,000 now. The Buffalo, Cheektowaga, Niagara Falls metropolitan area has an estimated population of 1.16.
So Jacksonville's bigger. We have a bigger metro area than Buffalo. So it's worth a question. If Buffalo can sell out a hockey arena all year long with not sell out, but support hockey all year long without a great team, why wouldn't Jacksonville support either hockey or...
The city's metropolitan area in Jacksonville, 1.73 million.
Yeah, but that's our whole area, though.
Yeah. Now, look...
And that doesn't include St. John's, though. We're probably 2.5 million, I bet, everything included.
New Orleans has 2 teams.
A lot do. We're not too small for it.
Yeah.
It's our own mentality.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who've been here a long time. They're even on the text like, Jacksonville can never support them.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know. We don't know that. There's a lot of... This place is a lot bigger. Y'all ain't driven around?
Yeah.
Huh?
This place is huge.
Bro, listen, Dan and I have been here long enough that if you got south of 295, you're on 2-lane roads a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the population explosion, and in all directions, by the way. This isn't a St. Johns County store. It's a Nassau County. It's out on the west side. It's downtown development. This place has grown leaps and bounds. Now, there's a second question. Which would you prefer? Let's ask it that way. The poll question has spoken. They say baseball and then hockey second still.
Mm-hmm.
Which would you take if you could have any of those 4?
Me?
Yeah.
Baseball.
Yeah.
Because...
What about you, E?
Oh, I'm going NBA.
NBA,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of what you said earlier, because of the stars that's going to come here.
I wonder that would be an interesting, and I wonder by age how that would break down. And by what's the demo on those breakdowns? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, I mean, that's the easiest poll question I would ever be asked for me. And I love the NBA, and I would support it if we had it, but I would take Major League Baseball 8,000 times. If we had a Major League Baseball team, I think I'd go to 40 games a year. And if we had a basketball or hockey team, probably, less. That's the whole season, though, for those sports. That's the one thing about baseball. It's the longer. Like Buffalo and Sporting Hockey, like you said, that's only 40 games.
All right, I got a question for you two guys. It's a little bit of a sort of trivia, more informational. I want you to tell me the last 20-plus point per game scorer from the college that I name. The last guy to average 20-plus points per game.
There aren't a lot of 20-plus point scorers in college basketball.
Right.
Not as many as you think, at least.
That's correct. So I'm looking for the last guy to do it according to this list. And I'm going to start with a familiar one, FSU. Who's the last Seminole to average 20-plus points per game according to this list? And we'll see if it's correct. I mean, assuming it's correct.
Oh.
Either you or E.
Jeff, what about the guy he got drafted by the Spurs? I'm drawing
Vassell, Devin Vassell.
I got Spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle.
I don't know if he got 20. I think he's probably the most. They've had some, they put Scotty Barnes, Patrick Williams. They put some guys in the league here. I think Vassell is probably the highest scorer among those, but we probably got to go further back. I'm going to go Bob Sura.
Bob Sura is a nice guess.
Not right.
Not correct. 2009, Tony Douglas.
Wow.
Tony Douglas.
Forgettable. That's a forgettable little era. That's
Guys, who's the last Dookie to average 20-plus points per game? The last Dookie. It could have happened this year. Could have happened a long time ago. Who's the last
I feel like it's Cooper Flagg.
Cooper Flagg.
No, only 17.3? Is it 17.3? All right, how about
Jay Williams?
How about Zion?
Okay.
Guys, who's the last?
Is it Zion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's the last?
Then damn you for throwing Cooper Flagg in there like it was some sort of trick question. But Zion was my first
I can
instinct.
throw Cooper Flagg in there.
Something happened there. I don't know. I feel like you screwed me.
Who's the last USC Trojan to average 20-plus points a game?
Well, they just had You know what I'm going to guess it is? You ready for this one, E? I'm going to give an answer. A lot of people couldn't tell you this guy went to school there.
Okay.
Is that the hint?
Could
a lot
be.
of people would think this guy came from high school.
You might be
This
right.
guy feels like he's a high school. I'm going to go DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, incorrect.
Damn it, I had it too. Did I described him other than that?
Kind of. I thought maybe.
Is he more recent?
I thought you were going to go with Baby Jordan.
Harold Miner.
Harold Miner.
Is that who it is?
No.
Yeah, that's too far back.
So it is an older guy. It's not a more recent guy. I feel like
USC hadn't had a lot of basketball tradition, dude.
His name is.
Hold on.
Okay.
Is it OJ Mayo?
It is.
Ah, yes, sir.
Very nice.
Yeah, good one.
All right. Who's the last Florida Gator to average 20-plus points per game?
Jeff, what you think about old Bradley Beal?
And that is a really good question. Those guys all peaked around 19. Very few of them got to 20.
Yeah.
And it could be a good little trick. It could be like Chandler Parsons that last year that he won SEC Player of the Year. You could sneak in like a Pete Roberson, one of those super scores. You got to sneak somebody in there. Who have we had? I mean, certainly none of that Pat Young's group was a 20-point scoring group. What about Clayton won 20, right? He didn't make it to 20, even with that postseason.
Last 20-point score.
Okay, Beal is not a terrible guess either. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Chandler Parsons.
Vernon Maxwell.
Wow, that long ago.
According to this list.
Yeah.
Who's the last Georgia Bulldog to score 20 a game?
I mean, I'm guessing Ant-Man. I don't know who else to go with.
Yeah, I wouldn't know who else to go with.
You'll know who it is, but it ain't Ant-Man.
It was before him.
1991.
91. Let me go back. I gotta reconfigure my Laterrell Green.
Laterrell Green. I bet you never heard of him.
How's that? Is that any good?
I would not have known that.
These jokers on text line. I think we don't know what we're doing here.
Jeez.
Who's the last mighty UCLA Bruin to average 20 points a game?
They've stayed good.
Yeah.
Last UCLA Bruin.
Yeah, they were just in the Final Four a couple of years ago. That Jaime Jaquez, he wasn't really. I don't feel like he's a 20-point guy. What about
I was thinking.
Who
like,
played there?
Russ.
Which ball?
Oh, which ball?
Yeah, one of them played there. Which one?
I think it was Lonzo played there.
Lonzo, I don't think he did 20. Russ, I don't think Russ was a 20. They had
Kevin Love. He probably wasn't a 20 guy.
I don't know. He might have been.
Last 20-point score.
Yeah.
UCLA, please.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Yeah, listen, don't be afraid to say Aaron Aflalo either now.
Orlando Magic.
What if I told you that first name is correct?
Aaron?
Yeah.
And it's not Aflalo?
Maybe not.
Holiday. I can't believe Aaron Holiday averaged 20 points at UCLA. Are you kidding me? I think he was on the team that Florida beat.
Who's the last UConn Husky to throw in 20 a game?
Oh, that feels like a Kemba Walker.
Boom. Don't even say another word. Don't even say another word.
So that means Shabazz, who beat us, who's
Napier.
he's Kimba's like long lost cousin. They were the same dude in the tournament.
They were
little guys. That
Who's the last Syracuse Orangeman to throw in 20 points a game?
A
couple more.
You want to say? I don't think it's
Sure,
Melo.
Melo did it. Somebody had to do it after him.
Well, I
though.
don't think Melo did it. He was a freshman. He only played 1 year. I don't know. Did he go 20 1 year?
Oh, I think so.
What about that Jerry McNamara? That little snot nose hung around. He scored a bunch of points.
He's a shooter.
Yeah,
That's incorrect.
Yeah, is it? We probably got to go back further.
How about a lottery pick?
Derek Coleman,
Nope.
Pearl
I'm
Washington.
pretty sure he was a lottery pick. How about Hakeem Warwick?
Oh, Hakeem, he came to mind for
Well,
me.
I'm surprised he averaged 20. I would not have got that.
I would have gave him 20.
Not just go by most famous. Who's the last Arizona State Sun Devil to score 20 a game?
Oh, that's probably
Hard.
Beard, baby.
Hard.
Yeah.
Who's the last Oregon Duck to score 20 points a game?
What am I forgetting here?
Freddie Jones.
This is a current NBA player.
Okay.
Oregon has it. Oregon. Who am I forgetting here, bro?
Mm-hmm. Very forgettable.
It's a current pro. Must not be a great one.
Pretty good. Pretty
All right, hold on.
good.
Oregon. They just had a team a couple of years ago with Dana Altman, but who was? Is it one of those like Western Conference, like small forward types for like Memphis or?
No. Well, it's the best sixth man in the game.
The best sixth man in the
How
game.
quickly we forget.
Man, I'm drawing.
I know,
blanks.
me too.
I'm drawing blanks left and
I
right.
was going to say Caruso's the best sixth man in the game.
He's Texas A&M.
I think this guy won sixth man of the year recently, either this year or last. Peyton Pritchard.
He's Oregon?
Yeah.
Boy, I thought he was Creighton for some reason. I'd have lost a bet on that one.
All right. You know, Vernon goes as far of all the Power Fives. He's the second furthest back for the Gator program. Is the second furthest back. So
who's North? Did we do North Carolina's?
We didn't. Who is it?
Yeah. It's the old joke everyone's
They always got.
The only person to hold Jordan under 20 was Dean Smith.
It's actually somebody from last year or 2 years.
R.J. Davis?
R.J. Davis.
Wow.
Alabama. Same thing.
Oh, Brandon Miller?
No, it's the point guard.
Jalen
there.
Brunson Jr.
Yeah, Sears.
Yep. Tennessee. Same thing.
Last year?
Mm-hmm.
No, Connect was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah. It's Connect, right?
It's 24, so I say, yeah.
Like 23, 24, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking our guy here, Chaz, but he didn't get to 20. About 16, maybe. Well, there you go, man. You got your.
fun.
Are you juiced for the time for the NBA Finals tonight? I hope Halliburton plays. I want more hoops.
I'm not juiced.
I want more hoops. I'm not juiced, but I want more hoops. When would Game 7 be on Sunday? Probably, right? I want another hoop. I mean, go 7. Let's go 7. And if Halliburton doesn't play, I don't feel like that's happening. But either way, the surprise in sports came from the NBA yesterday, and just $10 billion for the Lakers. Hick with a B.
$10 billion.
The most valuable franchise in the history of professional sports.
Wow.
Nothing's ever. I'm assuming this includes the soccer, all of it. Nothing's sold for $10 billion, right? I know no American sports franchise. What American sports franchise could sell for the most? Like if Jerry Jones sold the Cowboys, it'd be more than $10 billion.
You got to think Cowboys.
And they don't value it at $10 billion. Like
No.
Jerry, the Cowboys lead, but it's not $10 billion yet. The value of the Cowboys franchise, but you better bet it would sell for $10 billion, more than $10 billion. They say, you know who they say is one of the more valuable franchises? The Knicks, because they own the Garden.
Of course, yeah, Madison Square
But they own the
Garden.
Garden, so that almost doesn't count. Who do you think the most valuable franchise would be? I kind of think it would be the Yankees.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Just because of their tradition, that hat is famous all over the world.
Yeah, I was thinking Boston, but yeah, the Yankees.
Jerry owns
Celtics.
Jerry's World too, so he owns a stadium.
Yeah, that's true too.
And he uses that for everything.
Everything.
But and you'd be selling that along with it. So if that's included in the price, it almost is like not apples to. The Lakers don't own theirs, right? I know the Clippers own theirs. They just built it.
Yeah, they built it. I don't know.
I think the Lakers.
It had to be the Yankees, yeah, because like you said, the hat that is so popular.
Well, what are the current values as such?
The one I'm looking at says Cowboys 10.1, Golden State 8.8, Rams 7.6, Yankees 7.55,
Okay.
Knicks 7.5, Patriots 7.4, Giants 7.3, Lakers 7.1.
So 7-1 sold for 10. You know, if they say the Cowboys is 10,
10-1,
they probably sell for 15. Now, but again, the Cowboys, the Knicks, that's not apples to apples because they've got facilities that.
I saw somebody say this, and I agree. It's owning a sports franchise now is like buying a valuable art piece.
Yeah, it never goes down.
Yeah,
just
it's
appreciates.
Like you're buying that valuable.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't. It's not in your mind. You can't. $10 billion,
no
that's
matter
ridiculous.
where you get in, it continues and always appreciates.
You know what I feel like?
What you feel like?
Nasty.
Oh boy. Oh, it's a custom tree surgeons Thursday. They're anything but nasty over there. They do take care of those problems that come from the nasty weather. Check out my friends at customtreesurgeons.com.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. If it's just a game,
It was all that Dan Marino's fault. Everyone knows that.
why can't we get over it?
If he had held the ball laces out like you're supposed to, Ray would never have missed that kick.
1010XL.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's the event everyone waits for. Now at Beard's Diamonds. Buy one, get one free on all wedding bands. Now for a limited time, when you buy his wedding band, get hers free. Buy hers, get his free. Save up to $10,000. Are you about to get married or been married for years thinking it's time for an upgrade? There's nothing that symbolizes your love more than the wedding band. Beard's has hundreds and hundreds of bands from top designers in white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, titanium, platinum, plain bands, channel set bands, pave set, eternity bands. And for men, masculine bands, wide, modern, with and without diamonds, hammered, brushed, engraved, lots of colors. Come to Beard's now and find the wedding band that reflects your style and your personality. Buy one, get the second one free. The big box corporate jewelry stores can't or won't do this, but Beard's can. And it's happening now through June 23rd. Buy one wedding band, get the second one free. Don't miss this opportunity to celebrate your eternal love with the eternal symbol. Beard's Diamonds at St. John's Town Center.
Jacksonville is Hicken here with a game changer, man. Look, I've tested the field. We're jumping the shark here, but Checkmate Coatings, that's my new go-to for durable jaw-dropping floor coatings. You're darn right they are, man. I love Checkmate Coatings. Better play, better results. I'm going to tell you why. First off, it starts with the owner, Brendan. Sharp dude, knows his stuff, knows all about coatings, knows all about what goes into them, can talk it with you all day, and he'll be glad to talk to you if you want to get that garage floor of yours Checkmate coating. You'll love it. Gives your room opens up that garage, makes it almost like an extra room in your house. It's awesome. They'll do your driveway, they'll do your patio, they'll do your pool deck. They'll do whatever you'd like to do. They can coat it, man. And by the way, they keep the cost down. They got Jacksonville crews keeping prices low. No massive overhead. Slam dunk those floors of yours at Checkmate Coatings. Check them out at checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com. I'm telling you, go to Checkmate Coatings. It's your floors missing piece. Da-da-da-da.
Where does Northeast Florida buy cars? Arlington Toyota. Mia here, and why Arlington? Selection. Arlington has over 800 new and used vehicles all in one location with everyday low prices. Plus right now, save big with zero down and just $288 per month for a pre-owned 2023 Toyota Corolla. Or how about no payments till January 2026 and 60-day exchange. Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, is thrilled to announce you can get all of their flavors and original vodka at PJ Liquors in St. Augustine. PJ Liquors, since 1999, has been serving up summertime fun. Now enjoy Brackish Vodka, the #1 local vodka in North Florida. Brackish Vodka is the first clean craft vodka, and you can find their 9 flavors at PJ Liquors. Brackish Vodka, for whatever your sport is. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
Big Chief Tire is always looking for ways to better serve the Jacksonville community we call home. Frank Frangie here. Starting Monday, June 16th, they're opening their 6th shop location in Mandarin, providing more Jacksonville residents with a locally owned auto repair business they can trust. Visit the new shop on San Jose Boulevard today for all your vehicle needs, including brake repair, new tires, and more. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule an appointment today.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
North Florida is growing with lots of new families joining our community. If you're one of them making the move here, your next move should be a call to American Electrical to create the best home automation system, enhancing your living experience. There are many ways your life can be made easier through smart home technology, voice-activated systems, automated lighting, total house temperature control. With American Electrical, they've got everything you need to automate your home and make it your true oasis. Check out American-Electrical.com. Powered by professionalism and raising the excellence bar.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by TopDressing.com. Jaguar O-line coach Sean Sarrett is focused on jump-starting the run game in training camp, leaning on the competition and versatility to find the right mix up front.
Past season right now, you got to wait for training camp to get that run game rolling a little bit.
In high school hoops, it's a new chapter at Riewald as Gail Wiley steps in as head coach, becoming just the third leader in 40 years for the storied girls basketball program. And across the pro scene, the Rays lit up the Orioles early in a statement win at home, while Byron Scott's 3-run blast powered the Phillies past the Marlins 4-2 on Wednesday night. Game 6 of the NBA Finals is this evening, with the Oklahoma Thunder leading 3-2. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 9:02 and it's 81 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm fed, feeling X-rated. It's Mr. Nasty time.
Uh-huh.
Oh, jeez. Mr. Nasty time.
Yeah.
Nasty time.
Yeah.
I mean, why?
Nasty.
Why?
It's time. Now, it's time for the 9 o'clock nasty.
Darn right.
Trip.
Oh, we got the voice guy on board.
Oh, yeah.
Prosser, Dan Hicken, and
I'm gonna head over to I gotta head over to FedEx. I gotta ship my pants.
What's your favorite TV show again?
Schitt's Creek.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Nasty.
You guys have inspired us, Shazam Spotlight. You reminded me of a stat that I saw yesterday that I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do it this way. The Shazam Spotlight brought to you by ShazamAuto.com, the Murray Ford Superstore, Stark, and Kingsland Truck Guy. This is stupid. All right, I'm going to tell you what this guy did.
Stupid is as stupid does.
I'm going to tell you what this guy did, and then you tell me who he is. I just did not remember this volume. This is unbelievable. I had to double check. I had to go from this column to the historical reference just to make sure I wasn't being bamboozled.
Okay.
Who am I? while earning SEC Defensive Player of the Year honors.
904.
I gobbled up opposing quarterbacks to the tune of 27 sacks and 39 tackles for loss. I won the SEC Defensive Player of the Year with, that's right, 27 sacks. Before we get to the answer, does that stand out? Does that ring a bell? That kind of year?
Well, a little bit. I got some guesses.
Okay. I think I'm not saying you can't get it. I'm just saying.
I don't even remember that.
And I knew this guy was a great player. I know he is a great player. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, my God, if a guy today got 20, if this guy had this year now, he'd win the Heisman. He couldn't win it then. It's unfair, I guess. If this guy was playing for the same team he played for in college, and he had the season, if he had that season this year, he'd win the Heisman Trophy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
who won? What year was it?
Okay. Get you the next level of hints here. 1988.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Derek Thomas had 27 sacks as a senior, buddy.
DT was, man, he was
27? I mean, that's like 3 a game, bro.
Barry Sanders. Tough to beat.
Yeah, that's a tough one, too.
Oh, Barry Sanders won the Heisman.
That's who won the Heisman that year?
Oh, wow.
You said 1988?
Yeah, he would not have won it.
Dang.
He would not have won
with
it.
27 sacks.
With 27, because Barry Sanders did something
He
that
went
year.
crazy, yeah.
Oh, I saw that somebody had an even better year than Sanders. Oh, it's and doesn't get enough credit because it's somebody who averaged over 200 yards a game. Like Sanders didn't even do that. He set the record for the most yards, but it was like 18-something a game. It was someone, maybe Marcus Allen, maybe his year at USC. Somebody averaged 200 a game.
Well, I saw this story, and I just clicked to it about this college football's unbreakable records.
Yeah, that's why I saw this. So it goes to some of the.
Okay.
That's in there, but the Barry Sanders, you'll find out the running back.
Is that in there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll find out which running back I'm trying to remember.
These are records that are unbreakable.
There are a bunch of good ones, and that was just one of them. That one stood out to me. I was reading that same column. It's on Sports Illustrated maybe or somewhere.
Oklahoma's 47-game winning streak.
Yeah, I'm not buying. Some of these I'm not buying, by the way.
You're not buying that one?
Somebody could break that.
I think I could be broken.
Yeah.
Ooh. That would be winning.
Basically 3 straight years. Basically, and tail off,
You'd have to
start
3.5. 3.5 years.
3. Well, now
that's
you play
3 natties. That's
15 though.
That's going through the college football playoff too.
But that's also 15 or 16 games a year now. So
right,
you'll
but
get
my
there
point
faster.
is you're playing all those
I get
teams
it.
at the end.
I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying I think it can be done.
Barry Sanders' magical season. Single season record, 26-28, challenged by Ashton Genty. Came up 27 yards short.
That's what it was. Sanders is 200 a game.
Sanders did it in 11 games.
Yeah,
Genty
that's what
played
it
in
was.
14.
It was the other way around. And Genty approached the overall numbers, but he was only 185.
Sanders, 238.9 a game.
Golly. Yeah, that I don't think that. I mean, Genty last year ran hog wild.
Yeah.
Like we've never seen since Sanders, and he didn't even come close to that 230. 50 yards behind him a game.
FSU's top 5 finishes.
I'm not buying that one either.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is great. But
we're talking about 14 years.
Mustn't Alabama have come close recently? Isn't Georgia currently, or maybe not? I guess it is hard to not fall out one year. Yeah. I'm not dumbing down the impressiveness of that. That's very impressive. It was at the time. We talked about it.
This is a good one. Oklahoma in 1971 averaged 472 yards rushing per game.
Yeah, that's the wishbone.
Oh, the wishbone. Yeah. We ran a wishbone in high school.
I don't.
Is that before or after the video?
That was before. Mm-hmm. That was before. That was young tailback E.
Okay.
Sophomore year.
We should tell Fred next week that Coach called you fullback. He'd get a kick out of that.
Didn't we tell him that?
No.
Coach came after Fred a week ago, I think.
Oh, wait, I think we did tell him.
Oh, maybe
Fred.
we did tell him.
I think we did tell him.
The week I was gone. That's when all that happened. Gotcha.
John Reeves is in here, throwing it to the wrong team. Not all records are enshrined in trophy cases. Reeves threw an NCAA record 9 interceptions in a 38-12 loss to Auburn in 1969.
I feel like that can be beat too.
9?
As much as they throw?
No way.
I think it can.
They'll be pulled.
I don't know, bro. Who do you think had the most interceptions? You don't think there were 7 or 8 last year? You don't think somebody had one? Okay.
No. Derek Thomas's sack parade. T. Sizzle had 24. That's the official record. They didn't give. They said they don't keep the records on back in '88, but they went back and looked or whatever.
Sizzle had 24?
Yeah.
In a season?
For Arizona State.
Wow.
I'm telling you, the greatest defensive year I've ever seen
The
anybody.
Jags should have taken Terrell
Sizzle.
Suggs. It was a huge. It started the process of not staying where they could have been. If they had invested there instead of Leftwich, what a difference. Because Brunell, they mislabeled. He went on to another 4 or 5 productive years.
Dan, you were saying the greatest college season or defensive
Oh wait, that's
season?
a SI
that I ever saw.
ESPN.
Yeah.
Wilbur Marshall.
See, I don't even know him.
Yeah, played for the Gators. I saw it up close and personal.
Okay.
He's Hall of Famer, isn't he? Wilbur Marshall?
No.
Whew, God. Played for the Bears, the Buddy Ryan Bears. Greatest defense ever. And Washington as well was a bad A dude. He single-handedly beat USC. USC has this famous student body right. It's that pitch play to the running back. Wilbur Marshall would start on one side, run across the field, and tackle a guy before he got to the line of scrimmage. It was unbelievable, dude. He was an incredible football player. Marcus Allen's amazing run, rushed for more than 200 yards in 8 of 11 games. That's one more than Barry Sanders, by the way. 2,342 yards on his way to winning the Heisman Trophy. But what really jumps out, he started the year with 5 straight 200-yard games. Patrick Mahomes' wizardry. FBS record. Before he started collecting Super Bowl rings, Oklahoma, they beat Oklahoma and Baker Mayfield, outlasted Texas Tech and Mahomes 66-59. He had a separated throwing shoulder, fractured left wrist, 819 yards of total offense. 52 of 88 for 734 yards and 5 touchdowns, ran for 85 more. Wow. And then Nick Saban's record, 100 consecutive games against unranked foes, 14 years without losing a game to an unranked opponent. Streak was snapped by Texas A&M in 2021. Couple others that here are honorable and dishonorable mentions. Florida has scored in 461 straight games. It's been close. Bowl game.
That was weak. But we'll take it, though.
Longest active streak and the longest in FBS history. The last time the Gators were shut out, I was there. October 29th, 1988, 16-0 to Auburn.
I was there, too. Auburn. That was a homecoming game. I thought that was wise. Let's go ahead and schedule Auburn for homecoming. They're only top 5. I don't think – Dan, I'm pretty sure that Florida did not get past midfield that game.
You might be right.
I think that was the coup de grace.
Nebraska sold out every home football game since 1962. Now, they said, admittedly, Nebraska's been forced to get creative to keep the streak alive with corporations and donors, buying up unused tickets at discount prices, but still, 403 is pretty good. North Dakota State allowed just 3 punt returns in 14 games for a net total of 0 yards in 2016.
Way too boring a stat. That was not going to fly.
Vanderbilt went the entire season in 1993 without a single touchdown pass. So anyway, just some records that are, in their mind, breakable, unbreakable, good, and maybe not so good going forward.
Yeah, there's some of those are. I think some of those that they say, if you're going to write unbreakable, man, it better be unbreakable.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like some of those seem more likely to be broken.
47's tough.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's easy. Don't get me wrong, but like the SEC record of consecutive wins. I mean, Spurrier almost beat that. That's you're gonna approach that. What is it? 27? Is that what it was? SEC record win streak. It's like 20, that was in there. 27 or 29. Well, Spurrier won like 25 in a row.
Georgia's had a good streak.
Georgia's had a good streak. So I think that can be broken. Some of them can be broken, but overall, the ones that really impress you are like when you remember some of the statistics like that. There's a doc that season right there, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Those 2 years by Thomas and Sanders at the same time in the same season, one on offense and one on defense.
That's pretty good.
They could have combined together. They could have been as good as, say, Travis Hunter.
Oh, how about that?
Man, it's so funny there. I'm like, yeah, defender, you could win the Heisman these days with those stats. Yeah, no, not if Barry Sanders is doing that, right?
SEC's looking to win a 6th straight title in college baseball. So, in the end, it was But we'll see. Coastal is great. They're very good. You've talked about that. They've won 26 games in a row, so no telling. LSU will have their hands full. Should be a great final.
Well, it feels like it's a Cinderella story. The Coastal Carolina is not a Cinderella team. They're a baseball power. They've been, top 20 all year long. They were a regional host. They went to Auburn, another SEC team, in the Super Regional and beat them in back-to-back games. They haven't lost a baseball game since March.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't lost a baseball game since March, playing the kind of opponents that they've had to play, you're the better team.
Right.
And LSU's got that moxie, and they got that DNA, and they find a way to win. Someone on the text line, I don't remember, you might recall, but when Coastal won their World Series, did they beat LSU?
Oh.
Didn't Coastal win it
Yes.
A little bit back?
Let me look.
Was it 13 maybe? When did they win? Someone was suggesting, though, remembering that maybe that happened.
LSU Jerry would know. I don't know, but I'll look it up real quick here. They won 2016. They beat Arizona.
So maybe LSU was part of the earlier bracket.
Became the first team since 1956 to win the title in their first College World Series appearance. The final game was a 4th.
What is that? What if they could follow up here? This, you know what?
9 years later.
You know who needs to take the. I got to find somebody who I can now dump into a lower level of acclaim, and that is this. You know who this doesn't reflect good on? Coastal Carolina winning the baseball title and now going back and in position to win another one. You know who it doesn't reflect well on? Gonzaga. This thought that there's a limit. Yeah, you can be good if you're not quite that Power 5, but there's a limit. Gonzaga should have won one of those basketball titles. All those stars they've had and they put out, all those runs, how close they've been.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Coastal Carolina maybe going to win their second. It's 2 out of 3, right?
Yeah.
Championship series. Mm-hmm. And that will start Saturday. They'll get a couple days off, or do we know? No one knows.
I'm going to guess Friday, but I don't know for sure.
All right, I'm going to ask you guys a rhetorical question before we go to break. Every NFL team's make or break player for the 2025 season. Who is that player for the Jaguars?
Make or break?
Yes, make or break player.
Oh, man, that's Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's probably a little more established than make or break. Anyway, well, it's not mine. Anyway, it's Pro Football Focus, so we'll see. Maybe there's not quarterbacks on here. I don't know. It's not a quarterback. That's what I'll say.
But I don't necessarily disagree with E on that. I mean, obviously, we'll take a break. We'll talk about that when we come back. This is The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Take the game with you.
What a turn of events.
Radio play-by-play is where you are. 1010XL.
Just when you thought we couldn't bring you more, Keon Atlantic is here with a brand new store. We have the same great team to treat you well. With new savings during our grand opening sale. Keon Atlantic is here with the new store. Shop our best offers and largest selection yet. Save big during our grand opening sale. Is there something for everyone on our lot? You bet. If you're ready to experience something new, the all-new Keon Atlantic is ready for you. Your perfect ride is a visit away. Online at KeonAtlantic.com. Keon Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection.
Hey, gang, when it comes to insurance, I think we all think the same way, right? We pay a lot of money monthly. If something happens, we need you. You need to be there. That's what the Kaproskis do. Craig and Chris with Goosehead Insurance take care of all my insurance needs. They'll take care of yours as well. When I say take care, I mean if something happens, you call them. They understand the severity. They get you the answers that you need right away. Okay? If they don't call you, they call you right back. Customer service. 2 words that are very important to Kaproskis. Trust me on this. I know I speak from experience. And listen, my wife worked with Chris Kaprosky, and you know what? My mortgage payment went down. And it went down by a bunch. And I was thrilled about it. Couldn't be any happier. Nothing goes down anymore these days. You know why? Because I got an insurance checkup. Homeowners, auto, flood, boat, small business. Get an insurance checkup as well. Easy to get a hold of them. Craig.Kaprosky@goosehead.com. K-O-P-R-O-S-K-I. Or call them 478-8422, 478-8422. They're Craig and Chris Kaprosky, part of the Goosehead Insurance family, part of our family as well.
Florida heat hitting like a heavyweight? Time to call in the champ. KO Electric and HVAC. We knock out the heat and power up your comfort. Fast, reliable, and undefeated in home service. KOElectricJacks.com. KOElectricJacks.com.
4 guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? TopDressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit TopDressing.com now. You will own the block. top dress your yard like the pros with topdressing.com.
Your home is your sanctuary where memories are made. Jack's homeowners trust Superior Fence and Rail to make their home feel safe, secure, and complete. Imagine a classic wood fence for privacy, sturdy aluminum to protect your pets, or a modern vinyl design that boosts curb appeal. Every fence is built with precision and pride, standing strong in every season.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Get the real story from people who know the beautiful game best. The Coaches Show, presented by Sporting Jacks with Cole Pepper, Sporting Jacks head of soccer Mark Warburton, and Sporting Jacks women's coach Stacy Ballum. Tuesday nights at 6
on 1010 a.m.
I'm Drew Scrimshire, president and publisher of the Jacksonville Business Journal. In business, timing is everything. That's why every morning at 8:15, our morning edition delivers the most important business news straight to the inboxes of Jacksonville's decision makers, executives, entrepreneurs, investors, and industry leaders. Want to know what the First Coast power players are reading before they start their day? Join them. Subscribe today to the Jacksonville Business Journal Morning Edition at bizjournals.com/Jacksonville.
Ready to add some value to your day? The everyday deals at Sonny's have got you covered. Right now, you can get the pork big deal for $10, the pork and rib combo for $12, all you can eat ribs for $19.99, and our new loaded barbecue potato for $11. Available all day, every day. And that's why it's always Sonny's here. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my success with back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
It's a battle for the playoffs as your Sharks take on the first place Steam Wheelers. Catch all the action this Saturday, June 21st at 7. Discover the thrill of indoor football. It's fast-paced, action-packed, and full of family fun. Try the new 4-packs, 4 tickets, 4 food vouchers, and a $20 Al's Pizza gift card for only $100. Get tickets at jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700.
Prosser here. Come cheer on the Sharks as they circle a playoff bid. It's Star Wars night presented by HCA Florida Healthcare. Dress up in your favorite costume. Get photos with your favorite Star Wars characters before the game. The first 1,000 kids get a free lightsaber. Join us on the field after the game for a free autograph session and special jersey auction. Tickets start at just $15. Call 904-621-0700. That's 904-621-0700. Sharks football, where memories are made. Go Sharks!
Spend an evening with heart. One night, 2 sets. A journey through the hits and timeless classics. June 24th, St. Augustine Amphitheater. Tickets on sale now at AXS.com. Don't miss an evening with heart live.
If life blindsided you tomorrow, was your family struggle? I'm Cody with Harborstone Financial, and I can help. One call could protect your family for life. 904-885-9566. Harborstone Financial.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. So many things that I want.
We were talking about in the break about Adrian Peterson should be on that list of the all-century team, and he should. And I said, well, maybe it was off-field issues. And I said, we were talking about, the debatable one where he, he smacked the kid with the switch.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But do you remember his 30th birthday party? He came in dressed as like a sheik,
Yes.
and he had a camel.
It's fantastic. It's like Babar, That was great. Yeah. I thought he looked awesome. Yeah. Looked like some sort of, like a genie in a bottle almost.
But I'm going to say...
Did he ride in on an elephant, maybe?
I thought it was a camel.
Okay.
But I don't remember.
Either one.
Priest Holmes in 01, 02, and 03 in Kansas City, by the way, went for 1,555 yards, 1,615 yards, and 1,420 yards, and scored 55 touchdowns in those 3 years. 8, 21, and 27. And is there a better 3-year period by any running back ever? Probably, but
I don't know.
55 touchdowns, Pros.
Which years, what 3 years were it?
01, 02, 03. And then he fell off the cliff.
Yeah, but got hurt.
Well, no, he
Didn't
played,
he?
Well, no, he played, 8 games, 7 games.
Yeah, he
and
never
then
played again.
Spine injury, came back and played, and
Yeah, but I know this from a fantasy.
By the way.
But wouldn't Tomlinson
62, 70, and 74 catches.
I think Tomlinson has a 3-year period better than that.
Okay, let's look.
I mean, LT had a 31 touchdown year.
Yeah, remember? We were talking about the touchdown.
And and I bet he has more catches than Priest Holmes.
Oh my God.
The one thing about Peterson versus those guys, I don't care about the 3 years. It's about the 25 years. And Adrian Peterson played 15 good ones.
Yeah.
And had 3-year windows is good. So, yeah, you don't get to make the team if you only play 3.
That's fine.
I hear you.
Listen, Priest Holmes is undervalued as
well,
all
I know. Here's the deal, dude. I'm a fantasy football nerd. I always have been. So I have got value for Priest. I remember what a unbelievable, fantasy production he offered.
All right, so
I got a great guy game in the system here. You're gonna love it.
LaDainian had his 3 best years were probably he's right there, man.
What about the 31 touchdown year? Sandwich that one.
Well, I'm only doing rushing touchdowns, but he was a great touchdown maker. Now his 3 best in a row would have been 35, 45, 55, 63. Beat it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's good. So this guy can't say arguably the best 3-year ever when he's got a guy on his list who beat it.
Yeah.
And he has Thomas and
reception's not as good.
He's not as many receptions.
Although he did have 100 catches, but not in his not in that
3 years. Yeah. But overall, he's really just as good a receiver.
He had 100 catches in a year.
Running back.
The year he ran for 1,645. But it was only 725 extra yards, but still pretty good.
Yeah.
But man,
really, really good player.
Yeah, great player. Really good.
I got a Dailies double take here. We got to revisit one of our. This is one of the great gaming of the systems. If you play a minor sport, right, that doesn't get a lot of attention, and outside of the Olympics, no one even knows who you are, and they have any sort of bonus system set up that you can somehow slide in and take advantage of, I'm all for it. But you remember our guy Mondo, the pole vaulter? Do you remember that story?
Mondo.
No, we talked about
inching it up a little bit.
No, yeah, because the pole vaulting has a system, a world record system, where they offer a $100,000 bonus if you can break the world record. But they only offer a couple of events a year you can do it. So you can't do it today and then do it tomorrow. But Mondo figured out a long time ago how much better he is than everyone else. So starting in February 8th of 2020, with just a small number of opportunities to break the record. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway, he has proceeded in the last 5 years to pocket $1.2 million by breaking the record 12 times at $100,000 a clip.
You beat the system.
But this is how you know he's doing it, right? Again, the world record bonus is available at only certain competitions. February 2020, 6.17 meters. A week later, February 2020, 6.18 meters. Come back in March of 2022, he goes 6.19 meters. 2 weeks later, March 2022, 6.2 meters. So he does it the smart way. He only goes up 1 little centimeter, and that way, or whatever it is, and that way, and so he just did it. 1.9 to 2, 2 to 2.1, 2.1 to 2.2, 2.2 to 2.3, all the way down now he's to 6.28. He just broke it again June of 2025 at 6.28 meters. So all total now, 12 times $100,000, $1.2 million since 2020, just by playing it smart and stopping. Right? Obviously, he could have gone up another, each time. You go, Mondo.
All right, give me my, what were we doing, PFF?
Yes. Each team
make or break.
Make or break a player. And I think the question as I'm, looking at, I think it determines maybe about your your future with the organization more,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so I get y'all's point, and I agree with your point. If this team's going to be a title team, for this team to be as best as it can be, the make or break player is the quarterback, and that'd probably be the case at a lot of different places. I guess I would say it like this, to Trevor being the instant answer. Their example of a make or break year for a quarterback is more in line with Anthony Richardson.
Okay.
Like somebody who's already at, if he doesn't show it this year, he's gone. That kind of thing. So,
yeah, he's definitely
so
done.
so if I tell you it wasn't who I thought, if it not being Trevor, I'm like you. I assumed that Trevor would be the, the first option. And then I kind of read why they say it. Who would you guess if it's not Trevor? And the sad thing is you could come up with legitimate 5 or 6 make or break guys with that being the parameter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good ETN.
That's who it went with me, ETN. But that's not the answer here. It's he's almost the defensive version of ETN.
Eric Armstead,
Devin Lloyd.
Oh Lloyd,
that's similar. I think he's even more similar. In fact, same draft class. Tyson Campbell, right? High end, good year, healthy. He grades well and he looks like a good player. Other than that, dogged by injury, never as productive as you expect. Grade and production has gone down the last 2 years. Here's why they say it's Tyson Campbell. Campbell entering the first season of a 4-year contract extension pays him $19 million. He needs to return to the 2022 form that led to an excellent 80.7 PFF coverage grade in order to justify it. Over the past 2 seasons, he's recorded a far more mediocre 60 PFF coverage grade. He isn't leaving Jacksonville anytime soon, but the defense needs him to play like a star this year after ranking 25th in the NFL in team coverage grades last year.
Listen,
Lloyd is good. I like Lloyd. I like ETN. I like Tyson Campbell.
You can make arguments for all of them. I mean, like even it's not a make or break
right tackle
year,
Harrison.
Yeah, right. But it's not a make or break year for Travis Hunter. But we want to know what he's capable of. Right. And we need him. We need him to be a star. Right. Obviously. I mean, I hate to put pressure on the kid, but he needs to be like a superstar.
Well, and he's already doing one thing, Dan, and I don't know if the quarterback needs this. He shouldn't as a 25-year-old former number 1 pick. But whereas the natural, overriding, undeniable storyline this camp would be Trevor. He's at least taken some of that attention off. That's not the number 1 storyline in camp. It's not who everyone's coming to town to see, to talk about, to check out. It's Travis Hunter. And so for a quarterback trying to find himself, just having a little bit of that attention spread out somewhere else can't be a bad thing. I don't know it's necessarily a huge difference maker, but it can't be a bad thing. All right, just clean up here a little bit. Coastal did beat LSU in the Super Regional the year they won.
Okay.
The year they won their World Series. It's Coastal Carolina and LSU will be playing for the College World Series now. All right, you want to come back and do whatever it is you guys do to, start saying bad words and parodies and, general filth and nastiness?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, Custom Tree Surgeons. You're today's sponsor, but I got no control over these guys some days. Today's, they're itching.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The most Gators.
Touchdown Gators!
The most Jaguars.
That's a touchdown for Jacksonville.
1010XL. Radio home of the Gators and Jags.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, I can hear from my friends at Beaches Dermatology. You know how much I care about Beaches Dermatology, how good they are. Doctors Boudreaux, Doctors Metz, Dr. Fader with the Mohs surgery. Beaches Dermatology wants to remind you, man, to take care of that skin of yours here in the summer months, man. Get those floppy hats on, long sleeve dry fits, sunscreen when it's hot outside, and it's hot, right? The oven is on. And if something does show up, well, then, you know what? Find the best location to serve you at Beaches Dermatology. Go to beachesdermatology.com. I go to Solano Road. Shout out to all the fine folks over there. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you as well. But there are other locations up at Fernandina, of course, Atlantic Beach. Beachesdermatology.com will help you find it and get that anything on your skin taken care of if you need to. It's at beachesdermatology.com.
Craving a cold one? Well, zip into one of the great gate locations you see all over town and pick up a cold Bud Light, or a Natty, or an Ultra, maybe a 12-pack of the King of Beers, or some cold Coronas. It's all happening at your local gate convenience store. Slide on in today.
Hi, I'm Karen, owner of Clay Solar Installation Partners, your local woman-owned solar company. Did you hear? JEA is raising rates again. With summer right around the corner, those power bills are only going to go up. But with solar, you can take control of energy costs and say goodbye to rising rates. At Clay Solar, we make switching easy and affordable. Stop paying more for power and own it. Visit claysolar.com to schedule a consultation today.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
Jacksonville, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com. Attention business owners and property managers. Hurricane season is right around the corner. Is your property ready? Call the pros at Rooter for expert storm drain cleaning and hydrojetting. Our powerful VACCON truck clears the way so your drains flow freely when the rain hits. Call 904-862-6769 today to schedule your service and protect your property before the storms start rolling in. Rooter, your trusted name in storm drain maintenance. Visit us at duckduckrooter.com. We are a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He thinks he knows what he's talking about.
Of course.
Find out if he does.
Is there anything else we need to know?
Catch CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco every Friday afternoon on The Franchi Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
This is Joe C. from XL Primetime and stoked to crank up the 9 after 5 once again at the Golf Club of Southampton. Every Wednesday, a little after 5, the gang at Southampton will be hosting us with a new game, and I'm inviting you to be a part of it. Now, through the summer stretch, break up the week with a little hump day fun every Wednesday. Call 287-PLAY to get on the tee sheet. There'll be food afterwards and prizes, including playing for a membership at the Golf Club of Southampton. Call 287-PLAY and hit the tee with Joe C.
If a birthday or an anniversary is looming in your future, take care of it today by ordering a floral arrangement online at CuneFlowers.com. Hi, Flying Jacko here. Take it from me. An arrangement from Cune Flowers works like magic.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text KETTLE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text KETTLE to 321-321. That's KETTLE to 321-321.
This is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about being a godly example. Every day, we're setting an example in our words and actions. And many times, we can act one way in one setting and then totally different in another setting. My encouragement for you is to not send out mixed messages. God is depending on you to set the example in people's lives. You don't know, but you may be the only Bible that someone ever sees today.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Are your kids ready to play this summer? Come check out The Y. Summer is a time for kids to explore new things and expand the limits of their imagination. At The Y summer camps, every day is a new adventure. Kids can learn about STEM, arts and humanities, athletic sports, outdoor games, and more. Registration is now open, but space is limited and spots are filling up quickly. Learn more and find your adventure at fcymca.org. Search Summer Day Camp.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
I mean, the cool down to me, all eyes on Tyrese Halliburton, and can he go tonight? And if he can't, then I think the smart money series ends at 6. And then what to become of the Oklahoma City Thunder? Just another, check mark in their column as we realize they would be the second youngest NBA championship team by average age in history, and seem positioned pretty good. Listen, I think it's good for the league, Hick. I mean, good for the league to have these dynastic type teams, whether it's a player who's constantly going or a team that's constantly winning. But you go all the way back to the Lakers, Celtics, 80s, through the Pistons and Spurs and Bulls and Warriors. So if they win this series tonight, guys, do you think they'll, in yes or no, over under a half? Would you bet the over or the under another championship?
Over.
Yeah, that's a dangerous bet, isn't it? Because we probably would have bet over on Giannis. We may have bet over. We may have bet over on Jokic.
Right.
We may have. So we'll see.
Interesting. Yeah. So, I don't know if I would have bet on Milwaukee and Denver.
Milwaukee, I think more, because Giannis is young. He's still young. This was 4 years ago, too, now. I mean, it's been a while. So Milwaukee was positioned pretty good. They beat that good Phoenix team. So I would have. And by the way, what about Boston as constructed? Do they win another one? What's our streak now? This is the 7th straight year of a different champion?
Yeah.
I think it's also the 7th straight international MVP.
Is it really?
I think so. Shea, a lot of people don't or forget, is a Canadian. So is Nimhard. So is Dort. Canadian invasion at this. This is kind of like the Panthers winning the cup.
RJ Barrett.
Yeah, I know, but he's not in the.
No, but I'm just saying there's some.
Oh yeah.
They'll be well represented at the Olympics.
Yeah, they'll be okay. At least they can get to that level of like Puerto Rico and some of those would get, where they'd have a couple of stars and they would surprise you on the way. I think I was at a game here, Dan Hicken, ET. I think I was at a game here where Puerto Rico came in and beat AI and the boys.
Yeah, I remember you told me.
Although AI didn't play. Remember, he got suspended because he went out. Listen, hot spot like Jacksonville, buddy. If you come to Jacksonville, you got to go run and party. I mean, you don't want to turn down that opportunity.
Damn AI.
That's LeBron on that team, too, now.
There was a time after AI, once after he was done playing ball, he was in Jacksonville for a bit. I would go out and I would see AI.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Yeah. That's culture advantage there, buddy. Yeah, LeBron. That was a debacle of a team, man.
Yeah,
that's a dream team that lost. They didn't win gold.
No,
Athens. They didn't win gold. That's pitiful.
Had to come back and do the redeem team,
and then they haven't lost since. But that was gross.
It was not good.
Question: Who won? Who do you think won that year? No idea. I mean, I know it was one of those Slavics,
Brazil,
right? Yeah.
Czechoslovakia.
Yugoslavia.
No idea.
Serb Republic.
Let's do some New York City headlines. You want to?
I think it was Argentina.
I'm going to say, hold on. Before we start, hold on. Before we start, I want to know. Athens.
I want to know for sure.
Yeah, I feel like it was Manu Ginobili in Argentina.
Yeah, that does sound good. Pau Gasol, when he Argentine, or is he Spain?
I like that, though, E.
Let's see. Athens, Argentina, 84-69 over Italy.
Boom. That's what we do here.
Well played, man. Well played. Yeah. U.S. got the bronze. Way to go, boys.
Oof.
Play hard.
Ouch.
Play hard, you jackasses.
It's Larry Brown, right?
Any U.S. team that doesn't win gold should, we should put them in some sort of purgatory, some sort of prison for 4 years.
Never get to play again.
You don't get to play in the NBA again. Sorry.
Yeah, you're out. Crank it up, E! New York City headlines. Actual headlines from New York City periodicals. NFL legend reveals why he has not become friendly with his royal neighbors, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
Because they're obnoxious, narcissistic jerks he did not add.
Hey, babe.
That's Troy Aikman. New York Times accuses Elon Musk of continuing to lash out at it over drug use report.
Yeah, this is what the media has become. Like a little, like it's like media, major media now. It's like high school. It's like a high school gossip mill where you just,
How an original rooftop Korean got red-pilled. These protests are not organic. No idea what that means.
I think what it means is no crap. These protesters are being paid to come in and cause unrest. That's what he means. He didn't understand that until something happened that he does. But that's happening all over the country and the world. Yeah.
Actual love. Man with real-life girlfriend and child proposes to AI chatbot after programming it to flirt.
No words.
Illegal street takeover shuts down busy intersection with dangerous stunts and fireworks.
I'd be curious how exactly you pull off an illegal street takeover. I think we should do that one weekend, boys. Dan, E.T., and Jeffrey, back up, Terry. We're here to take the streets.
Back, Terry, back.
Oh, Lord, Terry. Busted. School bus driver who nicknamed vehicle Lolita Line fired after going viral for wearing bizarre schoolgirl outfit.
Well, you should be. Your little fourth graders shouldn't walk on and wonder why the bus driver's in pigtails and a
bizarre
in a Catholic girl skirt. You freaking weirdo! Don't play your dress up at your club tonight, buddy.
Ex-employee says Truist Bank's Chucky doll prank gave her PTSD, ruined her career. Lawsuit.
My God, man. You can't prank somebody with a doll because it haunts them for life. In other words, the weakest people in the world work at Truist Bank there and wherever that lady is.
Holy mackerel. Wealthy Hamptons concierge service founder busted for stealing $141 in fish sandwiches. And it's not her first time.
Dude, there's something psychotic about these rich people that steal. I mean, you want to talk about a weird upset. Like, who was Winona Ryder, right? Wasn't she shoplifting at one point? These people have millions of dollars they shoplift, D.
Political theater, drag queen performance celebrating Democratic resolution on Oregon House floor draws backlash.
You think? Why do people who drag think we care at all about them putting on a little histrionic performance over any and everything? Just stop it, dude. Just like I don't want a baseball game to break out in a...
Model defends her outrageous $100K monthly bill on lavish essentials. No one handed me this life.
Well, the sad reality is if she's using it to pump up things for her OnlyFans, it pays off in spades. That's where we are.
Kiss off. Brad Pitt awkwardly dodges girlfriend's kiss at F1 World Premiere.
Yeah, I don't think that boyfriends and girlfriends are awkwardly dodging each other's kisses.
Actual headlines.
I think you're just kind of catching a little snapshot there where it looks awkward to you, but I don't think that it's, oh my God, get away, I'm awkward.
Actual headlines from New York City.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Crazy.
It's a cesspool up there. I'm not going to lie.
It's not. It's the whole world.
That's the whole world. That's not. I thought all those were happening in New York.
Is the epicenter. Of
like all these years of New York City headlines, you're telling me all those things aren't happening within the boroughs?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that happened, over in Manhattan, and then that other thing happened over in Queens, and then the other one in Staten Island. Is that a borough, Staten Island? How many boroughs are there? 5 or 7, E.T.? I know the answer. Don't tell him.
5. 5 of them bad boys.
5. Can we name the 5, E? Can I name the 5? I don't know if I can name the 5.
There's Teterboro.
Teterboro.
That's not a borough, is it, Hick?
That's very good.
Is that one? That's not one of the boroughs, right? Isn't it like Queens is a borough, isn't it?
Queens is definitely a borough.
Okay, so Long Island is a borough.
No, it's not.
See, there you go.
It's Manhattan, it's Brooklyn, it's Queens, it's the Bronx, and then it's
Staten Island.
Staten Island, not Long Island.
Staten Island. What is Long Island part of Queens? What is Long Island a part of? Which of those boroughs is it in?
Long Island? That's a good question.
See, that's what threw me off. Maybe there should be 6. Huh?
What about Coney
Just
Island?
saying.
Coney Island is not a
That's an amusement
That's in
park.
Brooklyn.
Right.
I think I've been there before.
That's like saying Disneyland is a city. That's what that's like saying,
Yeah. Anyway.
Disneyland is the capital of Florida.
Yes, it is. 100%.
Sure.
Who's winning the golf tournament? Are we underway at the Travelers?
Let's see what we got here. I saw Davis Riley was
I
off
need
to a
my
good start.
guys,
Of course he
Is
was.
the Travelers out at TPC?
It is at a TPC, brother. They all are. I need give me the who's who. Tomorrow I need a who's who. I'm the one that's in last here. I got to catch. No, I'm not. I'm not even in last. He gets checked.
You're in a.
I don't even want.
In a bad
Davis
position.
Riley is 300. Bud Cauley's -2.
Shout out, Bud.
Nick Taylor's -2. Harry Hall's -2.
I knew you should have took Harry Hall.
Yeah, they were talking. Not me. Somebody was talking about him though.
I was.
I
don't see any of our guys.
Yeah, nobody's really.
They're all later for TV.
I don't know who has who for our.
No one knows. I got Rory
for the tour.
I know that because he was lasted to the 4th pick.
I don't remember. I took Schauffele and Cameron Young. I think
Forever young.
Forever winless is what he is. He goes at 10:05 though, so yeah, maybe I'll get to the PGA Live and watch him here, get him home.
Get us out of here.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
Coolest cats in town.
Yeah. By the way, someone asked, just don't forget about Joe Burrow. Yeah, we forgot that.
Yeah.
Joe is a part of the Burrows. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning. You look like you got a tea time.
I do.
Yeah, nice.
I do. Thank you very much.
Where are you going?
ABCC.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you got cooking today on your show?
We got D-Rock.
D-Rock.
I asked D-Rock if he's breaking any Jaguar news today. He said, I hope not, because he's going on vacation. He doesn't want to have to.
Oh.
You don't want.
You don't need any follow-ups.
You don't need a story.
Well, it's
breaking.
a perfect time of year to not expect any news.
Yeah.
So you got that
no
going
doubt
for you at least.
No doubt.
Well, we got a first round pick unsigned, right?
We do have that, but
So that needs
tell
to
me
get
a
taken
week
care of.
out from training camp, and then I'll start worrying about.
Oh yeah,
that.
But if you
So,
could break that news,
you
today,
could break that news. That's
there'd
absolutely
be some
right.
news to break.
That'd be a good.
I don't know
that'd be a
what
good
else.
one.
Other than that, nothing.
I'd wait for like tomorrow. It'd be even worse for D-Rock, because at least if he did it today, he's got one more day to work, I think.
Is that one of those? Hey, we need do they make D-Rock do this? D-Rock, we need that story on Hunter.
That I don't know.
That would stink.
But he said some of the clicks they've been getting on Jaguar content has been at ESPN.com have been the highest. He can't remember. It's something like 6 figures on the last 3
because of Hunter.
national stories, basically because of Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
So
Who
definitely a lightning rod.
Who was over at Dick's yesterday?
Oh, was he?
Yes, doing
he and
appearance.
thousands of fans and throngs of lines.
Are we allowed to say that in the 9 o'clock nasty?
You say everything, but I've given up trying to put a governor on
He's
you.
got a national endorsement with Dick's.
Yes, he does.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, you
And
haven't
the
seen
goat.
the Dick's commercial?
Yeah, with Brady.
With him, there's 2 of them in
It's
there.
been going for a while.
Yeah.
He loves that place, huh?
Bro.
I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
You have a good show.
Thank you. I think.
Do you want a monkey to a couple hours to stay around
No.
with you? I mean,
We're good.
Lost his mind, dude.
We're good.
He's going to grow up someday.
I think this all goes back to the day he was concussed getting off the ladder. He's been slowly downhill since then. See you tomorrow. It's been